I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic, with this logic you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it, I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it, you know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic, keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy, the enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me, I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this, freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus, living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you see greatness? Trust me, you can take it, go on and take your aim.
I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the gas, you can see all the
This video is brought to you by 9% and powered by Petty Vision Productions. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Lego. I ain't here to wake nobody up. I'm here to unplug you.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. God loves.
What up, though? Hey, man, it's good to be back. What up, fam? What up, Bronze? What up, my brother? My 33 brother, my 9. What up, Gary? Appreciate you. Hey, man, I don't know who voted, but I appreciate the votes I got for tonight's topic. That was fly. That was dope. Appreciate y'all. I know my community page don't be popping, but when I do put stuff up there, you know, y'all help me, you know, come up with the content. So I appreciate that. You know, I want to talk about things that's beneficial to people, not just what, you know, I think, but so, you know, that's my way of that's just another way I try to interact and, you know, build the content. So I appreciate that for participating. Appreciate that. Yeah, so we gonna talk tonight about loving self doesn't mean hating others, right? And there's a couple reasons I want to talk about this, right? One reason is because, and we go hit this from a lot of different angles, right? But one reason is because this people misinterpreted, you know, self-love for things like conceitedness, bouginess, people thinking they better. Nah, just because people have standards, you know, that's how we talked about standards. You know, that's how you build standards. That's what gives you the desire to build standards, right? Because you love yourself. And because you have standards and people don't reach them, sometimes they want you to feel bad about that. But I'm telling you, don't. You know, you shouldn't have to lower your standard. You know, if you want something out of life, go get it, and don't settle for nothing less. That's how you don't get things out of life, is by settling. Because when you get settled, when you settle, you get comfortable. You know, and that's how I felt. You know, like just with my marriage, right? I married outside my race. I was determined to find someone who appreciated me for me and who loved me for me. And it just so happened that person is not in my race. So I'm supposed to feel bad for that? Nah. I'm supposed to do something that appease other people and live to regret it or suffer with the results. But long as everybody else says okay, where everybody else approves is good. Nah. There's a lot of people that live their life like that. They confine themselves to certain ideologies that they don't even really truly believe in, or they just know it don't work for them, but it's socially accepted, so they do it. That's not self-love. That ain't what it is. You know, self-love is you being unapologetically you, but you have to take time to get to learn yourself, and people try to make you feel bad for that because you want to improve yourself, because you want to work on yourself. Oh, they think they better. Nah. Or everybody, I hate that saying when somebody do something, well, everybody does it. Like, nah, everybody don't do that shit. That's a justification. You did that shit. Everybody don't do that. Everybody don't do fuck shit. You know, some people have restraint. Some people have discipline. Some people have control. So no, everybody don't do fuck shit. We gotta stop doing that because as long as it's okay, or people find avenue to make it okay, then it's gonna be okay. And we just gonna have to keep dealing with this fuck shit. Just like the man, I'm gonna stay on subject, but self-love, right? So loving yourself, setting standards, and not lowering them. That don't mean you bougie or you better than nobody. That means that works for you, and you got the confidence to make it work for you. That's all it means. You can't say I'm arrogant if I'm producing, right? I can be confident, and people take that for arrogance or cockiness. But if I can do what I say, then it is what it is. That's just me knowing self. A lot of these ideologies, a lot of these thought patterns, you got to erase them. Man. You just have to. You limit yourself by even paying attention to what other people doing. That's like if you study Buddhism, right? One of Buddha's keys to enlightenment was to let everything go, to not care. And that's when you have true freedom. That's when you have, the less you care, the happier you are. Because you're not thinking of things that don't benefit you. You're just not thinking of them. Miss Tracy, what up, though? Appreciate you, sis. Appreciate you. You're just not thinking of those things. Hold on, give me 1 second. Gotta make it hot run.
watch out if your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy. To be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score. Never getting bored, loves the blood and gore. Always wanting more, freedom from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You'll be chewed up and discarded.
And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
Man, every time I watch a video, I can remember the emotion I was feeling when I made it. That shit crazy. Hey, G, you right too, bro. Self-love is what make you... Look, man, the only way you go learn how to love someone else is to learn how to love yourself first. That's the only way, I promise you. You'll never learn how to love someone properly if you don't learn how to love yourself. If it ain't in you, you can't give it out. Sometimes things outside of you will stimulate the desires to put it in you, right? That's why you can see some people who be like stone cold hard, just badasses, right? Then they have a kid and they soften up. That desire, that connection with their kid make them softer, but it's still something that comes from within. Because you can get the same incident and people don't even care about their kid. So it's something within a person. Even the outside can only stimulate the inside. It has to be something in you. Sometimes it's buried deep down, and it takes something like having a kid to, ignite that fire. Sometimes it takes something like that. Sometimes it takes us to gain responsibilities to become responsible. We can be reckless when we're young, but then we get something on the outside that we're responsible for, and it gives us that inner desire to become responsible. So, if it ain't in you, it ain't coming out of you. That's just what it is. Some people don't have that. That's why you see them do all these wild, crazy things, hurting people, and not feeling bad about it. We will talk about that later this week. Because I felt some type of way when I don't like watching things and then having an emotional. I like to watch things from an observational, but it's just some things you can't help but to feel. So, I watched the video today, and it's like, really? Baby. But yeah, you'll never learn how to love anyone if you don't learn how to love yourself first. You might have highlights of good things you did, but it'll never be consistent. And if it ain't consistent, it ain't natural behavior. That's just what it is. If you only do something because a situation or condition stimulates it, that's not natural behavior. That's a stimulated behavior. It's a cause and effect factor. It's the consistency. So when something is natural, it will be shown naturally on a consistent basis, unless something happens. Like if you know someone who's just always happy and then they get around a certain type of people and then they act a different way, well, that's because they're around those people. That's a stimulant. Those people stimulate that behavior in that person. So it's not natural. But practice over time, it can become a natural habit, a natural behavior. Anything practiced consistently, the key word is consistent, becomes a behavior. So you can change who you are. Like people say you can't change your nature. Yes, you can. Because your nature is what you naturally do. But I don't think no one outside you can change it. That all that is within. Everything is within. Until you're ready, you will not do. So when it comes to like personal development, loving yourself, you'll always find reasons not to do what you need to do when you don't want to do it. You'll always find reasons not to do something you know you're supposed to do because you don't want to do it. So anytime you think of reasons, think about this. It's a mindset, right? It's a mindset. If you look at something, right, like becoming a YouTuber, if you look at that and you start thinking of reasons why you can't do it, that's your mindset, bro. Because just like you thinking of reasons you can't do it, like me, I would think of reasons why I can do it. People say, oh, the pros and cons. I understand that. But my pros always outweigh my cons. Unless it's something stupid and not beneficial, then I'm straight. But if it's something to better myself, I have more reasons to do it than not to do it. To try it versus not to try it. And that's where people get stuck at. Joshua in the building. What up, Double? Josh, what up, Prez? Dee. So that's your mindset. So when you look at something, if one of your first thoughts is why it won't work, it won't work because you're thinking it won't work. Nothing can happen unless you think or believe it can happen because you won't apply no energy towards it. If you thinking something ain't gonna work, you ain't gonna do it. But that you have to, like, if I think about something and I start thinking why I can't do it, I consciously shift my thoughts to why I can do it. If you want to take it or not, anytime you think you can't, that goes into the fear column. Anytime you think can't goes into the fear column. Because fear is just not knowing. That's all it is. You fear things because you don't know it. Most people are afraid to fail, but failure shows you what you did wrong, and it can enlighten you on how to do it right. You just can't be beating yourself down while I didn't accomplish it. I didn't do this. If you're beating yourself down, you ain't gonna never learn the lessons within it. It's all mindset. It's how you choosing to process it. So even loving yourself, if you find reasons or listen to people telling you, oh, because you this, because you that. Look, I used to tell people all the time, I didn't gain weight. I never been this big in my life, you know. But guess what? I know I can lose it. It's going to be harder because I'm older, but so what? It can be done because I did it before. Not, I never weighed 250, 260, but the biggest I ever been was 230, 238, I think. But even then, I was like, I wasn't cut and chisel, but I was stopped. But we can make changes, I mean, if you short, you ain't gonna get no taller. We can always add to self. Everybody at some point is gonna lack in some area. Some of the prettiest people on this planet is dumb as hell. Their whole life, all they did was focus on their positives, focus on their strengths, and that was their look and their body. And they never built their mind. So, I mean, we create our own value. When we build ourselves, we determine what value we have, and we got to understand the market. That's like someone who desires a woman body is not going to appreciate our mind. So if you put yourself in a market where people, where the body or the looks outweigh the mind, then of course you ain't going to be selected. But if you put yourself in a market where people appreciate the mind, then you go win. People be having the right tools, but working on the wrong type of car. You got tools to fix a car, but you're working on a boat. Commander, what up, 9? And that's what happened a lot, you know. I used to always say, you know, I used to use this word tolerate. And then I just kept hearing people say, don't go where you tolerate it, go where you appreciate it. And then at first I'm like, yeah, that sounds good, but and then I had to think, like, hold on. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because if I go somewhere where I'm not appreciated, then I'm devaluing myself because I built myself in a way for people to be, you know, for people to appreciate. Just off pure morals and values. Just doing the right thing. Being a good person. You know, I ain't got the money, I ain't got the cars, I ain't got the houses, I'm married, so I ain't got the women. All I got is my integrity, my dignity. That's all I got. But that's currency because people appreciate it. The people around me appreciate it. They know I'm dependable. They know I'm loyal. I'm a hard worker. I'm going to get shit done. Those are the things money can't buy. Because if you're getting all that for money, guess what? When you stop paying, you're going to stop getting it too. Whatever you paid for is only there because you paid for it. So if you got money and people around you because of that money, when that money gone, the people ain't going to be around you no more. That girl ain't going to love you no more. That guy ain't going to love you no more. Like, even when we talk about standards, right? We talk about loving yourself. Doesn't mean hating others, right? I'm a melanated man, right? I'm melanated. I don't identify as black, African American. I identify as a melanated man. That's just what I am, right? My blood comes from this land. That's where my ancestors came. You know, I don't know nobody from Africa, except for the people I met online. You know, some people I used to work with. But my I don't have roots in Africa. I got roots here, right? And the culture, that ain't my culture. I don't identify with a lot of this stuff, and the stuff that I did identify with wasn't good for me. And what I mean by that, I'm talking about the gang banging, the street. That wasn't good for me. But that's what I partaked in. You know, the soul food, I rock with that. The music, the rhythm and blues, the R&B, the original hit. I identify with all that. Never really identify with the clothing style. Don't rock with the religion or the politics. I think differently from the common Democrat or Christian. So, but I love melanated people, right? I love people who look like me. I love to see them winning. You know, I love to see the upstanding citizen. You know, people doing it the right way for the right reasons. I love seeing that. And because I put my fist up, or I used to rock a fro with the Afro pick, you know, people used to think I was anti something. No. Just because I love my dark skin, my melanated, because I think people who look like me and people like me the shit, I don't mean I hate nobody. I think everybody should feel like that. You know, if a white person say, I love white people, I love being white, I ain't gonna think nothing of it. They white. Why shouldn't they love themselves? That don't mean they hate me because they proud to be white. I don't think people should shame people for being what they are, no matter what they are, no matter how they choose to live their life. If people look, man, if people gay, then they gay. What they got to do with me? I don't care if they proud to be. I don't think because people gay they hate me because I'm straight. All that hate, man, that shit is in people. And when you see me loving myself and loving people to look like me, speaking positive about people to look like me, and you think that's anti whatever, that's your feelings. That's you feeling insignificant. I had to tell people that. Oh, you celebrating your blackness? Why shouldn't I? I had people say that to me. Oh, you celebrating your blackness? Because I celebrate Brother Malcolm X's birthday. So yeah, I celebrate. He was a great man. You can celebrate. Y'all presidents is on the bills. They had slaves, man. But you still celebrate them. They got their face on rocks. But I can't celebrate a man who was misunderstood. Ahead of his time. People couldn't comprehend what he was saying. It took for him to die for people to understand. I can't celebrate that. That's wild. I don't mean I hate nobody. I got love in me, so that's all anybody go get. That's all anybody go get. Like people think because I had people think because my wife is not black that I didn't like black or I was ashamed of something, and then they feel comfortable talking down about black people. Nah, bro, you got the wrong ninja. Because my wife is not black, that don't mean I hate myself. That's a stereotype, bro. I don't fit no stereotype. I don't fall into those boxes. Nah, just because my wife ain't black don't mean I hate black people. That don't mean I hate black people because my wife ain't black. I got a mama that's black. I got sisters that's black. I got a granny. Got a whole bunch of black women in my family I love and I look up to. So nah. So see, I can get it from both ends because I don't hate other races of people, but I love myself. So I get it from both sides because I love black people. Then other races think I'm against them. Nah, I ain't against y'all. But because I don't hate other races, black people think I ain't black enough. And it's like, okay. Because my wife ain't black, I can't talk about blackness. I had to break somebody down one day and show him the difference, right? Using the weapon he tried to use against me. My wife ain't black, so I hate black women. But you impregnated 3 different black women, had 4 kids, and you ain't in none of their lives. I didn't turn a black woman to a single parent. I didn't make a baby mama. I don't fill black women heads up and then just to get into their pants and then walk away. I don't call a black woman God and then call her a hoe. I don't do that. But they tell you, but that's what it is, man. That's what it is. It's self love. People misunderstand that. They misunderstand me, you know. Um, but that's okay. I don't really care. I don't think anyone really should. If you love yourself, you want other people ideas, unless it's messing with your livelihood. What people think is what they gonna think. You can't do nothing about that. Only thing you can do is say your piece, set the record straight, and keep it moving. A lie will always reveal itself because it can't stay consistent. The truth is a fact is fact. You can observe it. It ain't gonna change. But a lie, nah, lies change. They morph. They shapeshifters. They gonna be shapeshifted. Lies go shift. It ain't gonna be consistent. So time will reveal the truth or a lie. All you gotta do is sit back and enjoy the show. Just sit back and enjoy the show. Patience is a virtue, but you only get patience by practicing. And the more you practice patience, the more value you'll see out of it, and the more you'll want to do it. Just being patient with things, allowing things to develop. Hey, this is just a side note, right? My wife bought me these Oreos, and I'm looking like that's the nastiest combination I ever thought of. Like anybody can ever think of. Sour Patch Oreos, right? Them damn things slapping. Those sour. I'm like, you just finding new ways to make me fat. She just find new ways. But yeah, Sour Patch Oreos, they be slapping. But yeah, so that's another, angle I wanted to hit. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of who you are. You got a heritage. You got a lineage. Think about this. We all here because our ancestors survived. Now, when we look through history, we see all the messed up things that happened throughout history, but we here. So whatever happened back then, our ancestors survived to bring us here. Now we here. So when they say only the strong survive, they ain't lied about that. Everybody don't make it, but we here. And it's our job to strengthen the next generation. So we got to be right to do that. That's why I know what we doing over here is key. It's a good thing. Having these discussions. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, man. The link is on the community wall if y'all wanted to hit the link. I didn't put the banner up. I appreciate that, Norton. Bro, I thought it was gonna be nasty until I tried one. Bro, I'm telling you, it's slapping. That I looked at the package. I'm like, man, this shit look nasty. I ain't about to eat this. My wife was like, just try it. You always the one saying try something. I'm like, man, it took me 2 days to try it. But when I did, I was like, oh man, a whole row was gone, bro. I can't eat too much sweets like that though. But I ate a whole row. Like a pack of Oreos will last me like a couple weeks. I can't just devour sweets like that. But no, they slapping, bro. I'm telling you. I wouldn't, man. If she wasn't the bottom, I never would have tried them. I promise you, I wouldn't. It don't. The package don't even look right. It looked like it's gonna be nasty. If you're an Oreo fan, if you like cookies, man, I'm telling you. Man, this thing pulling on me. I have to put my hat on. Bro, I'm telling you, I never. But it don't really taste like it. Don't. It is more like a funfetti because I don't even taste like Sour Patches. It tastes more like the funfetti. But yeah, so yeah, just loving yourself, man, being unapologetic about it. And we talked about standards, we talked about race, but I want to go a little deeper. My fellow 33, what up, though, bro? What up, man?
What up, though? Chat, what's going on? It's a lot that you said that I don't think people I don't think they really understand like what you're saying, but I'm gonna just go ahead and ask the very simplest question of all. Why do you think people hate so much?
Mm. See, that's a deep question because I think it's a couple reasons. You know, I mean, first of all, it's in them, right? So we have to figure out why it's in them. That's how I look at it. Why is it in you? Because it's coming out of you, so that's in you. So how did it get there? And then when you look at that, bro, it's sometimes that's all people know. Like
Mm,
literally growing up in the hood, bro. That's all. Like I didn't watch. Like I didn't like my. I came from a small town, so my mama was built different, right? But I seen people mamas like when people be like disrespecting their mama. I couldn't never do that, but I see why people do it because they didn't. They that's the relationship they had. It's like they got a messed up relationship with their mama, and they can't respect that. But I seen it, people because they don't have a good relationship with their mama, they don't have good relationship with women. And then I seen dudes who, because they had a bad relationship with their mama, they desire a better relationship. So I seen it on both sides. So I won't even stereotype and say, if a person ain't got because I know people who like their mama did them dirty, but they just love their wife and they love their mother-in-law. Because that's the family they never had, so they appreciate that. But then I seen the other side too. So um is you have is perspective. I mean, that's why I say it's a deep question because it's in them, but it's for various reasons. It's in them. And then
yeah,
sometimes, I mean, it's just trying to figure out why it's in them, I think. But that is a whole bunch of reasons. You probably can name off like at least 5 or 6 off top why hatred is in people. But I think sometimes that's all people know.
mm. Tell you what up, Nine.
What up,
Good evening.
nine?
Do you think do you think because it's easier to hate is like a go-to thing? Like I don't want to say it's a lazy mindset or a lazy thought or emotion, but do you think it's somewhere in that line so people, you know what, loving a person is hard, so let me just stay where I'm at. You know what I mean? The stagnation of growth it allows the hate to still be where it's at, or even possibly grow.
I definitely think that's I definitely because like even what you said, loving people is hard. People really think like that. Like hate is easy. But then why is that easier? Because like me, I tell you like this: loving the right people is easy, right? I know you got people in your life. It's easy to love them, and in some people it's hard to love them. Why? Because a lot of times that's an internal battle with yourself because they don't deserve it, but you still give it. So it's really not even them because if a person is undeserving of something and you give it to them, how is that their fault? You're rewarding people. So I had to learn that, and it's tough because it's people you're supposed to love, right? Like like family, bro. It's like I post to love this person because they family, but they ain't deserving of it. But I'm gonna give it to them anyway. So it's hard to love. That's because you're having an internal battle. Versus someone who
Right.
makes it easy to love them, then it's just easy. So it's hard, and sometimes it sounds ruthless for me to say, but even family don't deserve your love. They really don't. If it's hard, then there's a reason why. That's fucked up to say, bro, but it's reality, man.
It,
And this
it
is something.
is.
I mean, that's go. I promise you, can't nobody avoid that because we don't get to choose who family is. We don't get to determine what bloodline. Well, I'm not gonna say it like that. On the spiritual,
Yeah, dude, I was about to
metaphysical
say somebody.
aspect, we do. But I'm
Yeah,
saying
I was
like
about to say somebody will come get you for that one.
on the physical level, on the non-spiritual metaphysical level, you don't get to choose your family. Your family is just that's your family. So it's gonna be some people in there that's easy to love, and there's gonna be some people that are hard. And then when you really look at it, it's because it's hard because they don't deserve it. Not what you trying to give them. You might have to lower it. Like I don't love you, I like you, and then you go feel good about okay, I can feel good about liking you, but I can't give you all this. That
Man,
sounds so messed up, but I mean it is
you
what it is,
know,
man. I'm just being real, bro. I'm just being real.
nah, but that's the that's today's thought process. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
you feel like like some like it's easy for us to say, "Damn, that was watered down." Like, damn, you went from love to like, so you watered it down. But it's not even about that. It's just that it's like the energy. But this is what I want to ask your chat, and I know what everybody's going to say, right? And then word you can answer it as well. Is it hard to love yourself? That's the question that I would like everybody to ask themselves
Mm.
and be honest and answer it. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people that can go either way, right? But everybody's different. So that's what I would ask the chat and and you as well. Is it hard to love yourself?
You want me to expound on that now? I like that question because
I
this, like,
mean,
bro,
I don't know
you.
if anybody's going to answer in the chat, but like I said, I'm asking everybody. But we on the panel, you know what I mean? Because I know what everybody's going to say. But go ahead.
So I got a saying that you can't love yourself until you know yourself, right? And I think that's what makes it hard about loving yourself because people don't even know themselves. And what I mean by that is, what is your thoughts? What is your beliefs? What is you compared to what was put into you, what you was told? Like when you ask people like who they are or to describe themselves, people start talking about they African American, they Democrats, they Christians. These are all systems that was here before us. So, but who are you? That's what you assigned yourself to, or you were assigned to. No, who are you? What is your thought? People won't
Mm,
say stuff because it's unpopular. People won't even express their own thoughts and ideas because they're afraid of how other people think. You know what that does to you internally when you don't do something that you want to do because what other people think. You're trying to express yourself. It's like shaking up a pop and putting the cap on it. When you shake it up, it's free. The air is free, but as soon as you put the cap on it, the pressure starts building up. Yeah, it'll come out and explode if you don't put the cap on it, but it's free to do that. Think about all that pressure is now building up inside. It's not free flowing. So even though you you might want to express yourself and you might make a mess, at least it's not pressured because when that top do come off, it's gonna explode, or the pressure might build up to it explode. It's gonna be even a bigger mess. So people will hold their thoughts and opinions in because it's not popular. That's not them knowing themselves, and that internal conflict. You won't like yourself because of that. You won't love yourself because of that. Jay said at one point it was hard for me to love myself, but as of right now, in this season, it's not hard.
Well, shout out, shout out to Tay for putting that work in. And that's the thing that everybody needs to understand. And this is why, my philosophy is different from a lot of people, right? Because it's going to take you time to get that love aspect in yourself before you can get it to anybody else. Ain't nobody just jumping up in the mirror and talking about, damn, I love myself. I'm saying, like, that ain't how that works. That love, from, like I always tell y'all, love is a time consumer. I know people believe in love at first sight and all of those other aspects, but for me, love is time. And with that time, you got to invest it wisely, because if you don't, you're gonna look crazy, and your aspects of loving yourself is gonna be diluted because you ain't taking the time to love yourself. So you can't love something else if you don't love yourself, like you said. So when you put that time in, man, it's definitely worth it. And like I said earlier in the chat, when you love yourself, it's so much easier for you not to hate other people for what they're doing. But that's time consuming too. That's a time process as well. But let's just, some of us just need to focus on loving ourselves first. And then as we continue to grow in self-love, we can not worry about hating others.
And you know what? I was about to say something that would have probably been controversial, but I found another way to articulate it, right? So what I learned was it was signs that it was things that showed me that I was saying I love myself, but I really didn't. And then I noticed when I did begin to love myself, um, those things kind of went away, and it was easy, So I'm gonna give you an example. So I was like, I got all into the spirituality and I love myself. I'm thinking that because I'm learning that. That's what they teaching me, right? So I'm learning that, but I was still putting myself around people and in places um, that wasn't beneficial to me. And even though I was telling myself and telling everybody else I love myself, the actions didn't show because I was putting myself in compromising positions. And when I began to love myself, I'm like, I ain't dealing with that shit. I'm straight. I'm good. That ain't for me. So I recognize that in people. I hear that and see it, and then I watch what they do, and I be like, I know where they at in that process. You know what I'm saying? Because like we can say we love ourselves, but we would, if we truly loved ourselves, we wouldn't put ourselves in compromising positions where it's almost um, lose lose. There's no gain. There's no win. There's nothing beneficial. So, um, yeah, I would say that's a sign. You have to, when you love yourself, when you're in the process of learning how to love yourself, love yourself, man. Don't do what's beneficial to you. And the better you are, the better the people around you will become. I promise you that. You can't make nobody better without you being better or you producing better results. You can want and wish for everybody, but if you ain't doing it, it ain't gonna happen. It has to be in you and let it overflow out of you. And that's how you affect other people, is by allowing it to come out of you. But you have to have it in you.
I ain't in the chat, but I'm pretty sure somebody asked, because I thought about that question as soon as you said it, right? So when you say in a compromised position, as far as the aspect of loving someone may put you in a compromising position, or maybe I'm going a little bit into the rabbit hole. Y'all bear with me, but elaborate what you mean by that.
So, like, for me, right? I got family, I got wife, I got kids. I'm in a great position in my life, but I got friends or people who I consider friends that I came up with, got in shit together. They got me out of shit. I got them out of shit. Now, they might call me and need a favor. They might call me and need me to do X, Y, and Z. Um, if I really love myself and love where I put myself at, I just got to tell them sorry. Can't do it. Friends or family. I'm not gonna put myself in an environment. I'm not gonna go back to the hood. What's in the hood for me? To hang out, to kick it with my boys? Nah, man. If y'all want to do that, you come out here with me. And then I can't even hang around all them because they can put me. It's not even. I don't have to do nothing wrong. It's the people I put around me. Even on this YouTube thing, right? I ain't gonna lie. I be going in different areas and shit, but I'm not getting involved. I listen, I learn, and I move on. You know, I can't sit here and say I'm X, Y, and Z, or I'm trying to do this, trying to do that while I'm on my live, and then go to another live and be up there bashing women and threatening people. And just, I can't do that. If I love myself and I love what I'm doing and I'm trying to create something, I got to be responsible. I got to understand the environments and the people I'm around. I can't put
Yeah, I
myself in
totally
that.
get that. I get that wholeheartedly. Because you know how we always say your content is your character. So you can't be running around here, professing one thing and then turning around and doing the exact opposite of what you professing. That's
Mhm.
not gonna fly with anybody. But here's another question. Y'all bear listen, I'm about to go deep. Y'all bear with me, right? Do you think love is an obligation?
No, I can see why people can see it as an obligation, but I don't feel I'm obligated to love. See, I had to. I'm in the when I give something, um, I feel like people should earn it. That's where I'm at in life right now. You know, it might change later, but as of right now, I'm not giving nothing to nobody that's sacred to me. I'm not giving it up. Friendship, love, loyalty, none of that. You can't just have it. It's mine and it's mine to protect. And if I give it to somebody and they misuse it, then that's my fault. That's how I hold myself accountable. You know, so for me to feel obligated, like I just have to do this. Like I said, even it's some family members I love them from a distance. You know, if they get close, then I ain't fucking with you. I'm straight.
Mm,
No, I don't love you no more. Just stay away from me, and then and we can we can be cool like that. You know, I got mad love for you, long as you ain't around me. But if you get around me, nah, we ain't cool.
mm,
So I don't personally. I say, look, man, I lost my eyesight because of my brother. I got stabbed in the chest, almost died because of my stepdad. I had family members tried to set me up. I don't feel obligated to love nobody. Everybody, probably except for my kids, that earned their love for me. I can honestly say everyone except for my dog even earned the love from me.
You said the dog.
The dog earned love, bro. I don't even love animals. If they don't deserve it, I ain't giving it to them. My dog earned the love. That's just where I'm at right now in life. That's what's working for me. That's what's helping me understand love deeper. I don't want nobody to feel like they're obligated to love me. I mean, I ain't doing something. Like when you feel you're obligated, that means that's almost like you don't want to, but you have to. So nah, I'm straight on that. But I can understand why people feel obligated, just even because of blood ties, because family, you know.
Right.
Um, you know. But not only people I can honestly say that hasn't earned love from me is my kids. But I can't even say that because they make me feel good. My kids are awesome. So I can't even really say that.
Dang, that leads right into my next question then. Do you think that love should be given or earned? I know you was going into it just that particular
Def-
that conversation, but go
definitely
ahead.
earned. Definitely earned. I mean, why give it if it's not earned? I don't think you should give nothing unless it's earned. I just don't.
I mean, that's a hard one. That's a hard one because that's almost like some people feel like respect is earned and never should be given. I believe that well, I do. I give respect off top, not because they earned it. It's just because I want that reciprocation back. You know what I mean? If I respect you, you respect me. In some aspects, I believe that love should follow the same routine, but on a higher level, right? Because no one wants to sit there and throw out love all day and then feel isolated or alone. That's a terrible place for a person to be. That could wreck a whole life right there, whether people understand it or not. But it also develops on you because if you love yourself and you doing it correctly, you can brush that off and keep it moving. But if you doing it just to like get seek attention or you know somebody to fabricate a love back to you or whatever the case may be, it can go in another way, and that will make you more harsh and hate more people than you can actually love yourself. You know what I mean? So I can understand your concept or your the way that you're
Is
analyzing it or the way you're living.
is and see this is I'm like when I say I'm complicated, it's hard to understand me because I'm gonna say it like this. Like what's in me is go overflow. So everybody go get a taste of it. But to get that directly from me, like that one-on-one thing, it has to be earned. If I go out, I'm gonna show respect because that's just who I am. It's coming out of me. But the minute I see it's not appreciated, I cut it off. But that's not in my I know it's complicated what I'm saying because it sounds like I'm giving it, but I demand like I
No, it's not complicated.
command it.
It's not
It
complicated.
is naturally gonna come out, right? But for you to get that direct one-on-one, you have to earn that. Like for us to build a relationship, is a different level of love. You know, if I walk outside and I got money in my pocket and I see somebody hungry, I'm gonna show some love. But for that person to call me and say, "Hey, I need $100," hell no. I'm gonna give it when I feel, um, uh, basically when I want to. That sounds fucked up, but I'm gonna give it if I feel love. I'm gonna just give it. And the minute somebody show me they don't appreciate it, I'm gonna take it away.
Yeah, because when I saw what Tay was saying earlier about, she used to, I'm gonna paraphrase it, like care about everybody else before herself. That was more of the obligational type of situation.
Yeah.
They didn't even earn it, but because like you said, the religious aspects and the upbringing of people, that's like, yo, you gotta love your neighbor. You like, why I gotta love them? What if they bashing somebody's head and I still gotta love them? Oh yeah, okay, okay. Well, go ahead, Mr. Jim Bash. You know what I mean? Not promoting violence. I'm just giving an example, right? But at the same time, you do want to receive what you give, right? But that doesn't mean that everybody should be obligated or feel
Mhm.
obligated to dish that out just to receive it. Sometimes it's just best to be yourself, and if you be yourself, it will be reciprocated unto you. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of takers in the world, and that's why I'm saying, like, there will be people that can drain the love of self. It sounds impossible to everybody, but there's people that will drain your love of self, that will make you hate so many other people, that love ain't residing with you right now. You ready to just hate the whole world. Don't ask me nothing. Stay away from me. Kiss my tail. All of that stuff. So we gotta understand how much work it is to love ourselves, and we just gotta continue to work at it.
And then this is another sign too, like because you see so much BS on this YouTube, like it, like people wake up and have someone else on their mind. You know what I'm saying? Not even how's that? You can tell you putting that other person before you. So you have no self love. If you wake up and thinking about how much you hate someone else versus how much you love yourself, that just shows you where your attention is. You focus that energy on you. I don't wake up thinking about nobody. I wake up thinking about me. I got another opportunity to do this or to do that or to be a better father, be a better husband. That's what I wake up thinking about. How to be a better me, a better version of me. What can I do today? I don't wake up thinking about how I can hurt somebody or how can I expose. Like that shit weird to me. Man, I'm not even gonna get into that. We gonna save that for petty vision.
Yeah, because I mean, even though it stays on topic, but I totally understand where you're going with that, right? Because at the end of the day, you should not be waking up with that animosity, that venom, that you just want to damage people. You waking up damaging people. No, even though, all right, Grand Rising. Y'all don't want me to say good morning. Okay, Grand Rising. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
understand. Like sometimes you don't know what a positive word can do for somebody. Like I always
Mm-hmm.
tell y'all all the time. Shout out to Didi, because Didi she just be putting a little post up like, yo, this is just the positivity of the day. And whatever it is, it ain't never negative. She could be going through something right now. We don't even know. But she just trying to pour out positive energy. And that's what we all need in life. Because sometimes a thank you could lift her up. Continue to be a blessing. That can lift her up or him up. Or right now I'm talking about Didi. So things like that. She was like, you know what? I'm so glad I did that, because that thank you could have worked. That could have helped me stay focused, because I was thinking about something crazy. I was thinking about something sad. Or you know what I mean? You just gotta find your way to stay away from that hatefulness. It's very easy, because it seems like it's right there at the tip of your fingers. But love is there too. But because we're so easy to grab for the nastiness, the love of self, it seems to be slipping out of our hands sometimes.
And and what Tay said too, not to the extreme of waking up thinking about, hurting people, but I was there too, Tay. Like I used to wake up and think about how can I help other people or what can I do for other people or what, and that made one when I realized like that's not me loving myself. That's me. trying to do for other people, and hopefully I get the love from them. And I tried to fill myself up. I used to do so much for so many, or try to anyway, put myself in bad positions to help people. I'm not gonna say I did things for them, but I put myself in bad positions to help other people, right? And doing that, I'm thinking like, okay, they gonna like me, they gonna love me, and I was trying to fill myself up with that outside love instead of putting it on the inside. Instead of developing it from the inside. You can never, whatever you put inside you from the outside, eventually it's gonna deplete. That shit gotta come from inside. You can put confidence, you can put love, respect, all that stuff from the outside, people giving you. You will always be seeking it, trying to fill yourself back up instead of making an eternal reservoir of it and just having it overflow and ooze out of you. That's where I'm at in life right now. You know, I put it in me. We could talk about how to do that too, 'cause that's fun.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's the thing, right? Because we keep looking for it from the outside, and some people don't know they got alligator skin. Excuse me. That thing is thick to penetrate. You know what I mean? So it ain't gonna penetrate you. So now you just gonna keep seeking and seeking, and this is gonna bounce up off you instead of you understanding that all of that love that you want is already inside of you. You like you said, it's supposed to flow from you, overflow your cup. If you understand how much of abundance of love that you got, that could be the greatest gift that you can give somebody. A gift don't have to be something, you know, coming out of a box. It could be coming out of your storehouse, but people ain't gonna understand the difference between the box and the storehouse. Well, the storehouse is within you. Boxes is something that people want to put you in. Nah, if it comes from the storehouse and it exudes from the box, you understand that box ain't even necessary. You can put yourself in whatever predicament you want. Some people will put themselves in a circle just because they don't want to be mauled with all of this love that they have for themselves. So they may even put themselves in a bubble just to prevent themselves, which is cool for some people. I'm not telling you it's not. But the fact that you understand that it comes from love of self is where it all starts from. You ain't got to worry about it, somebody hating you. If you doing what you need to do, you going to understand somebody going to hate on you regardless. If you loving what you do, like you love having these conversations, somebody could say anything negative. I don't care because I'm loving what I do. So let's keep the conversation going. But of course, there's going to be some haters in there. But that don't mean I'm going to hate you for it. You doing your job. You trying to stop the flow. You trying to stop the process. So I'm not going to hate you, but it's because of the love that I have doing what I'm doing, and the love that I'm gaining each and every second from myself because I'm doing this thing. It brings a joy to me. I don't continue to do that. It's always a situation to where you know it it's easier said than done. I do understand that part, right? But you, like I said, you got to sit down and assess yourself. What do I do best? Do I sit there? Do I listen to people? Right? Does that help me grow in whatever I'm trying to grow in as far as love? Or what can I add to myself to make me the best me that I can be? Right? The same amount of time that you given to be an opponent or hate somebody is the same amount of time plus a little bit more to gather the love that you have for yourself. And like I said, when you love yourself, it's not gonna, you can go out there and say, you know what, if you're religious, God bless you, or top of the morning, or things like that, because you're gonna mean it with every being of your heart. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that you don't want that for the person. It's quite the opposite, because you're overflowing with this love, that this newfound love that you have for yourself. it's going to flow out. So now you know, hey, good morning, how you doing? How's your day? You might sit there and strike up a conversation with somebody. You may sit there and help somebody going through something, and they just pour out to you. I don't know if a lot of y'all have ever experienced that. Somebody, you just say how you doing, and somebody just tell you a whole entire story, and you're like, wow, you just found that confidence in you. They found the confidence in you because you're exuding the confidence and love of yourself just by asking that simple question. And they gathering that you don't have no, you're not gonna judge them, you're not gonna spite them, you're not gonna be resentful to them for allowing themselves to pour this out to you. You know what I mean? And that's why I said, you know, it should be easier to love yourself than to hate other people. But for some people, it's quite the opposite. It's harder than what we presume. It's harder than we make it realize.
And you know what? And that's why I did the show on looking at Commander's comment and Tay comment. That's why I did that show on haters. You know, we're gonna have to review that one day because I look at them as opportunity, man. That's all a hater go do. It's like an adversary. It's your personal Satan. That's what your haters are. Your personal Satan. Satan means adversary. So um, it gives you the ability to become a better person. It's just adversity, you know. Uh, People try to make adversity bad. Through all adversity comes growth. So, uh, well, I'm not gonna say that because some people break and bend under adversity, under the pressure. So, it gives you opportunity to grow. I say opportunity. I don't
But
think
see,
haters bad.
going back, but going back to your what did you say? The failure part, right? If you understand you can't fail, if you know that you don't need to fail, you're gonna do everything you can to grow yourself into the aspect of not failing, right? For example, if you know you need to practice driving, right? You're gonna get yourself in the car, right? You may have the fear of driving, but at the same time, you're gonna hire the instructor. The instructor is gonna teach you well enough to do the things that you need to do. Okay, we ain't gonna let you get on that road until we feel that you ready to go. We have an internal, yeah, we do have an internal clock, but what we also need to understand. We have eternal emotions. Sometimes the emotion be so filled up that, hey, listen, we telling you go ahead and express yourself the same way we can just, you know, just blurt out our anger is the same way we could just give our love because it's just overflowing. Like enough is enough. The same way you can say enough is enough. Leave me the hell alone. Out of anger is the same way you can do it in love, right? And that's because it starts within you. It's an internal thing that comes from within you. So if you understand that part, then you can say, you know what, I'm ready to take this test. The adversary is a test. That thing that you're trying to overcome is your test. If you failed, you got to keep working at it. But if you succeed, it allows you to go to whatever next steps that you go in life. So if you love yourself and you can show that you love yourself and you are successful in showing that you love yourself, then you can go on to the next aspect, loving that next person, whether it's a friend or getting yourself into a relationship or whatever it is. But if you don't have self love, there's no need for you to test nothing because you're going to fail and you're going to fail miserably.
And you know what? When I was listening, when you was talking about failure, I was thinking of myself. Yep, I'm a little conceited, but you know, I failed my first marriage, bro. I failed. You know, you can equate it to, you know, I selected the wrong partner, or no matter what it was, bro, I failed. But I didn't let that failure prevent me from getting married again. I just learned what I did wrong the first time, made improvements on myself, my selection, how I chose, why I chose, and I succeeded. You know. Uh-oh. What up, Nine? Hold on, I gotta put you at the top.
Word, stop. Put me at the bottom.
I gotta put you at the top.
Hey, what's good, y'all? What up,
Going
nine?
on? What
What
up,
up,
Nine?
Nine?
What's going on?
I just wanted to add to the conversation a little bit, and then I'm gonna drop down or whatever. But I just wanted to say that people know when you don't love yourself either. You know, they know that, and they'll play on that. So, at the time when I didn't love myself, I didn't know that. But yeah, people know the certain things that you do, the decisions that you make. So that's why it's important to love self. When you love self, I know as a woman, men respect you more. They love that, versus a woman who doesn't love their self, like a people pleaser, a want to make people happy and stuff. Like, cause I used to be that person, like just very sweet, want to make people. I'm still sweet, but want to make people happy. And you get trampled over. No, no, men don't. Men don't like people like that. They like a woman that say no, that'll love herself and speak up for herself. So I just wanted to say that I think self love is very important. You know,
You ain't about to
I
just
agree with
drop,
that 100%.
but you ain't about to
I
just
agree
come
with
up
that.
here. You just can't
Good
come up
word.
here. Yeah, she just trying to come up here, drop sauce and leave. That ain't about to happen because that was some homemade ragu. That was all. That was just. I put that on the level of my wife Alfredo sauce. But
mm-hmm.
that right there, man. You ain't never lied. Like people will know when you, men and women, But what you said about men knowing women, um, this is why I be trying to tell people, like, even when we talk about how a woman portrays herself, right? Like a man's mind, when a woman is like overexposing herself or over sexualizing herself, man, I know that chick don't love herself. She easy. I can hit, quit, and go on about my day. I'm not gonna take that woman serious. You know, um, that's why I said, like, no shot against nobody, but I don't take strippers or prostitutes. I don't. I mean, you can say they're different, but to me, shit, same intention. Half strippers probably prostitute anyway. And well, man, look, anyway, like women like that, I don't respect because I know you don't love yourself. So how can I love you? So somebody was like, "Would you ever date a stripper?" No, no. You willing to sell yourself for money? That's just how I look at it. I can be wrong, but that's my point of view. Is like you selling yourself. So how can I respect you? You can be bought.
What happened if she used to be a
Yeah.
stripper?
People, I mean, if she used to be a stripper, if you ain't doing it no more, if you have no intentions of doing it, if you understand, if you can tell me, you know, I don't feel like you need to prove nothing to me, but I just had to see growth from that because people do stupid stuff. I did stupid stuff when I was young. You know what I'm saying? I made mistakes. I did stupid things trying to find myself. So I ain't gonna hold that against nobody, but like I heard, man, I almost said
Because it was
something.
that one dude on Pop the Balloon where he met that girl. I don't know if you remember. And she used to be a stripper. And he couldn't get over that. And the dude ended up coming back on the show. And that's when he went with that man looking girl that time. You know what I'm talking about?
He probably felt safe, like she ain't getting nobody. I'm just playing. Let me be quiet.
Nah, he crazier than ever. Cause there's some ones that don't look lady like that'll pull more than the actual lady like people. I'm just saying. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why you gotta have that self love too. Because at the end of the day, you can if you pour like I know a lot of the time that if we stay on Tay example that a stripper was an ex stripper, right? You got to see something that's within her for you to overlook that sometimes, right? Stop just looking at her body or whatever the case may be. Find out like that's going to take time, right? Because as time goes along, she could be growing in self love, and then you could be growing within her love, and then that could be something that you don't want to lose, and then y'all growing in love together at the same time. So I can understand that, but it's all an effort. It's all about what you put into a situation. If you don't have that patience to do it, then you need to fall back. But you can't just be looking at him because she got a nice body, or he got a nice body, or whatever the case may be, and just run with it. No, you got to take your time with this thing. It ain't if Rome wasn't built over there. In a day? What you think love is? Love is not going to be built in a day. That's why sometimes you just got to stay away from the scenes and go in your closet and find out what you know and love about yourself. Even if you got to start from the bottom, rebuild it.
Mm.
Yeah, like Gary said, it got to be something. Like me personally, I wouldn't hold nobody. I wouldn't want to be in a Joe Smith situation, right? Like we together, times get hard, and you like, well, I'm about to just hit the club. Like, nah. Like once is like I would never go back to the street life. Even though I indulged in it, I never go back to it. You know, if you show signs that when times get hard, that's what you go back to do. Then I can't deal with you. But if it's your past, it's your past. I mean, um, you got to live with it, not me. You know what I'm saying? Some like if I'm not gonna lie, I probably can deal with like a stripper, but like if it's like a porno star, I couldn't do it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I could not do it.
And she used to be a porno star,
Hell
but
no, I'm straight.
but I'ma say this. I'ma say this. She used to be a porno star, but she used to be a porno star with a partner, with her partner. And then she said her partner passed away. And when her partner passed away, then she got out.
I'm just saying this. I ain't having no kids by you, and then my kids like, Dad, Mama was in the porno. Nah, I ain't doing it.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, you can't. That's difficult because that's a perception type of thing, right? Like, damn, I don't want to have a kid with her because she was on whoop de whoop. She's the only fan model or whatever it is, right? You gotta go past that. That's what I'm saying. It just takes time. I know that's what I'm saying. Sometimes that person can overcome those situations. That's just like if every female didn't want to deal with a street dude no more, because everybody think they from the streets, right? Or most of us think we're from the streets. But just imagine if those good girls didn't want to try to save you. A lot of us would still be out here broken. You know what I mean? Because their love could have pulled us out of the streets and made us find or evaluate how much we love what we doing. And with that being done, she allows us to love ourselves, and then, like I said, that's when that whole thing starts to work together for each other. But she unsaw you at your worst, and now she's trying to pull you to your best. So
See, for
that's it.
me,
You got complications.
my bad. You was finished.
Yeah, go ahead.
For me, what you saying, that's a little bit sticky. Like, how am I pulling somebody up? Because for me, I'm at a point in my life, if you're street and I'm saying I don't want a street dude, I'm not trying to change. You street, so I'm gone. Like I'm not trying to, oh well, I'm gonna try to change. I did that. I've been there, done that shit. I'm over that. You know what I mean? Trying to help people out, trying to change them, trying to do all that. I'm over that. I'm not doing that no more. Because you help people, they drag you in, and tear you apart. Like, man, I'm telling you, uh-uh. Like I think I was telling word today, I'm at a point in my life where it's like, if you're not the way that I'm looking, then next, like I'm not where, oh you street, oh I don't want to mess with a street dude. Oh well, let me try to help you out. Nah, hell no.
That's understandable.
And I just want to say this too. Um, on that part with the porn star, check this out, man. If your boys can go on Pornhub and see your girl, that's a no go. You got a problem. I,
There
bro,
you go.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, because dudes are petty, bro. Dudes are petty. So like, I had a boy. His girl was in a strip club. As soon as everybody found out, everybody in the strip club looked like, bro, like, man, getting lap dances from her. Like, bro, this shit, wow, y'all, wow. This was like, bro, especially in the hood. Look, man, it's just grimy. KY, what up, though? Dope boy, what up, though? Appreciate you. I'm just being real, bro. Like, the environment, like, even, can you imagine, man? I couldn't, it's, man, nah, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do no, no, that shit
No,
on video. It is on video, bro. Got him on video.
no,
I'm straight.
no, but I understand. I understand. I understand both points. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like they deserved, she deserves what she feels she deserves. So she's not gonna, I'm not entertaining that. Yo, step to the side. She's making room for what she's trying to manifest what she wants. So that street boy is no longer a desire. Get your ass out of here. Stay your ass on the corner, nigga. Don't listen. I ain't got whatever stamp cost. I ain't got that no more. I ain't writing you no email. I ain't doing none of that. Stay your ass over there. I need somebody that's gonna be around. I know where he gonna be at the next 8 hours, so on and so forth. So that's understandable. You know what I mean? But there are people that choose that life that don't belong there. You know what I mean? They just following the crowd.
No,
And
nobody belongs.
for that individual, there may be hope. But if them niggas is trying to stick, I know 50, 60-year-old people that's still in the streets. Like, what are you doing? You hustling to get high. Go sit your ass down somewhere. You don't love yourself. You just want to be synonymous with the hood. All right, well, stay your ass there. You just hate yourself because you ain't trying to grow. You ain't trying to do nothing with that. So hate yourself by yourself. I don't even want to be around that no more.
Yeah, I had a homeboy. He I mean, but shit, he did it the right way. He was like, I never leave the hood. And he said, I'm gonna make the hood better. So he bought a couple house. He damn near bought a whole block. And that whole section is, nice newer houses. So he did his thing over there. But uh I advised him to move out the hood, but he did it the right way. He built up his area, you know. Um but yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it because it brings something. Like, I adapt to my environments, right? That's just naturally what I'm gonna do. So I just don't even. It's like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like my wife said, my whole demeanor changed when I go, because there's a couple times, I had to go to the hood, and I had my cousins down there, picking them up, and you know, but she was like, your whole demeanor changed. Like, I'm in a whole different mindset. Like, this ain't somewhere you just come down and lollygag and not be paying attention to shit.
Yeah, that's a lot. I mean, we just like I said, at the end of the day, we need to take our times with ourselves, right? Shout out to Tay because she's saying she took the time for herself. Like, yo, she evaluated her situation. Like, yo, that's not it for me. So I'm ready to go forward. You know what I mean? If we all could do that, we're gonna get what we want. And once we have that self love, it's gonna manifest itself. So you know, hold on, be patient.
Yeah, I'm not saying I can't work with people or like, oh, um they're like this. I don't want to come off like that, but I'm just saying, like Commander said, not Gary turning a hoe into a housewife. But like, I used to save people a lot. That's what I'm saying. Like, I used to try
I
to
did that
save
before.
people.
What y'all talking about? I did that. I did that before.
Did she
We
stay a
on good
housewife?
terms. I don't know. I don't know. I can't
Cause
answer that.
the one I
Kaylani,
tried,
what's good? Long time no see.
when I
Nah,
tried,
because at the end of the, I
Was
just
she a
felt that she
housewife when
wanted
she was
something
with
better
you?
than me. Yeah, she just wanted something better than me. So whatever.
oh,
Hey,
bro, listen, why? Look, let me ask because Tay on this panel, man. Let me ask this, bro, because you just triggered something in me. It was it one of them situations where you seen potential in somebody and you tried to show them the better things, that you tried to show them a different
yeah,
way, and they just thought like, I got you, now I can do better than you.
yeah, yeah,
Why do women do that shit?
yeah.
Bro, you know that happened to me twice. Like it was, man. I look, man. I'm big on personality, right? And I just thought this girl, she wasn't that cute, but she had. I ain't gonna lie, she had a nice body, but she also had a beautiful personality. And like when she got with me, she used to tell me like, "Ain't nobody ever treat me like this, that, that." And after like probably like 8 or 9 months, she just got her head big. She was like, and she literally said, "Oh, yeah, if I get you, I can get something better." 2 months
Mm.
later, she came back crying, like, "Nah, I'm straight, bro. I'm good." Shit, I was doing I'm not gonna do that, but yeah, but yeah, that happened to me, and that made me feel like, hold on, bro, I gave you an opportunity and a chance, and you just said like, okay, okay.
But see, even in that situation, right? You knew what you was doing and why you was doing it, right? You saw the
Mm-hmm.
potential. You thought you could help her get to where she needed to go. She took it to another level. That don't mean you don't love yourself. It just means you love yourself to just go ahead, keep it pushing. You understand what I'm saying? It don't mean that you
Mm-hmm.
hate her either. You
Nah, I
didn't
don't hate.
hurt my feelings. No, no, I'm just saying you didn't hurt my
No,
feelings.
oh, my
You
feelings
you
was hurt.
just you made well, that's you. I'm not because this is how I handle that situation. If you think you could find something better than me, go ahead and find it. I don't really care. I know, but that whatever I was doing, it was to the potential, because you turned around and said, "Well, it wasn't you, it was me." I don't know if you was using that as an excuse for you to get away or whatever the case may be, but I already know it's not me. So go on ahead. So now you trying to be my friend again. So I know it wasn't me, but I ain't going to sit there and let you go through that. I'm not going through that. You made that decision on your own. So hey, keep it moving.
Bro, that it was like, and I tried to tell her too. Like the only reason these dudes trying to holler at you is because you with me. Like they was not trying to holler at you before. They ain't. They just trying to hit because they know to fuck with me. That's it. And I proved her right because they ran through her. She thinking, oh, he gonna love me. He gonna do this. He gonna treat. Nah. And then they coming back to me like, well, I hit. I don't care. Shit, I ain't with her. That shit don't. You ain't do it when I was with her, so I don't care. Like, and if you did, it would have just been like, it is what it is. Shit, I don't own her. Shit, she opened her legs up, them her legs. I can't do nothing about it. I'm
But
not
see,
about
that
to.
goes back.
My
That,
bad. Go
that
ahead, bro.
that goes back to the beginning. That goes back to the beginning of what we was talking about because she thought she knew the answer. She thought she had everything resolved. But at the end of the day, you still didn't know what made you what how you loved yourself. Because if that was everything that you needed, you wouldn't even sacrifice that love to go somewhere else because the grass was greener. You could have been in artificial grass and didn't even know it. But that's what you did. You went over there. Then it was a bunch of snakes in the artificial grass. So you just saw a whole bunch of green, and now they just sniping and putting venom in you. Now you feel bad. I'm over here in my green grass. I'm good. All because I understood that I love myself enough to let you go. That's one of the
Hmm.
things about loving yourself. You can let somebody go with no problem. Like,
Hmm.
all right, that's how you feel. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. It does it hurt? Yeah, it does hurt because nobody wants to feel like they invested time in somebody and then it just went down the shithole. But at the end of the day, that's what happened. That's not on you. You find out what you did wrong and improve on it. And if you didn't do anything wrong, you're gonna recover even quicker because you didn't do anything wrong. You see what I mean? So that's what happens when you love yourself. You can let somebody go and not hate them. Hey, that's the decision you made. You on your own.
And is it now? Let me ask you this: Tay, do men do that? Because I say it like this. I seen. I got this one homeboy. He used to. He used to jump from white girl to white girl to white girl. It's like, and then like every time he jumped to a new white girl, they have some like a better car. They have a bigger house, and it's like, uh, but the one that he fell in love with and had kids ain't have nothing. That's the crazy thing. I don't know, man. Like people in general are weird, men and women. All y'all weird too. Men do it too. Yeah. Okay. So it's a people thing. It's not.
That's what I was gonna say. It's not just women that do it; men do it too.
It's a
Because
people
as a
thing.
woman, you can get with like a not so looking guy. You can get with somebody maybe that's you maybe not be into heavy set guys and he's heavy set and he's probably not the best looking. He'll get with you and he'll feel like, oh, well, I could pull this chicken. You know what I mean? Because like you say, especially if he a not so looking dude, not so good looking, you gotta think about it when y'all out in public and you're a good looking girl and then they look at him, he's gonna automatically be looked at. The
He'll be
other
like,
women are gonna look at him.
he got money.
Exactly. That's what they're gonna think.
Hey, and man,
And so now he's gonna be put in situations. And so yeah, you got men like that too.
hey, hey, Gary, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
It's 1:38. Okay. When you see when you see uh all right, look, I mean, when you see a guy that look like he doing well for himself with like a ugly woman, what is the first thing you think?
She paying for everything.
I don't.
No, when you see it, he, oh damn, I don't even want to say that. That's just crazy.
See, it's different from man.
She got
When
that
you
Yeah,
fine
because he,
head.
like,
like,
yeah, like
she ain't got no teeth. Like, her teeth
yeah,
come out.
something going on. She do something sexual, or he can just like manipulate her to do something else.
But see, for me, in that situation where you say like she do something sexually, to me that don't always work out with like cause sex is sex for men and it comes and goes. So do you really feel like a man to stay with a woman just for sex? Cause
if
if
he,
that's the case,
Absolutely.
then why is
yeah.
there? if that's the case, I don't agree with that
No, we're not
because
saying a man to stay faithful to a woman because of sex. We saying a man will stay with a woman for sex. I ain't saying he gonna be
Yeah.
faithful to her, but a man will keep dealing with a female because they doing things other women won't do, or because
For
she
example,
allowed him to do things. Yeah, man, to stay with a woman for that.
yeah, for example, right? Let's say, let's say a man deals with a woman, right? And the woman is doing everything at home. He's picking up after her, he's cooking and cleaning, he's doing all those things, but she's not the most attractive woman. He gonna try his best to stay there because if he sees something pretty, he thinking she ain't gonna do that. That pretty girl ain't gonna do what this girl is doing. So he gonna try to slide over there to the pretty girl, but he's not gonna let that girl that's doing all of that good housework up. He's not letting that go. That's just some people. But that is a thing for men. A lot of them.
I'm
hmm,
telling you.
Well, I
Yeah.
feel like I'm telling the guy code, but it's
I was just thinking that like I'm about to shut up. Some girls are broke, driven nice cars, and ranking up credit cards on expensive. Then yeah, I know
me
people like that.
me personally, I don't see men walking out with women that unless it's I mean, it can happen, but I don't see it often. I see them women as they pull up at night and hang with them. But I don't see a lot of men dealing with a lot of women like that in the daytime, out walking with
Shit,
her.
you need to come. You need to come out to the burbs because you'll see like men, like especially like it's some men. Like I know dudes who they won't date pretty girls because they got money, and they feel the girl is only there for the money, and they know the ugly women. They go appreciate. They go do what they will make it do what it want to do. So if you're talking about like a hood dude who looking for money, but there's a lot of these nerd dudes. I'm not even gonna say nerd dude. It's a I don't even want to say beta male, but there's a lot of dudes. It's like tricking. Like some man, it be some, especially like, especially like when the white dudes get with the sisters, and that sister flip them out and tear them out. Man, you be like, this dude got money and all. What is she doing? Like, yeah, she doing something. It ain't her money because he got it.
yeah, it
Hmm.
definitely goes on both sides of the fence because the same way
Yeah,
a man will do it, a woman will do the same thing.
yeah, that's what I'm
They can
saying.
have a yeah. It's different. I mean, it's a crazy notion, but that's what I'm saying. What type of love of self do they have for themselves when they going through those type of situations? It's just like that's like you don't want to settle for less, but you settling for less, but you love yourself. Nah, if you worth it, you're gonna keep going for what you think you worth. But there's a lot of people just settling just because. So it's a catch 22 out there.
It was this Indian nurse I worked with, right? Like when I tell you I don't know if they still together, but um she was dating this black dude. Like she probably about 5'2", 5'3". This dude probably about 6'4". He's straight hood. You know, he came in there shot up before. I don't know if that's how they met, but I remember him coming in there shot up because he was pissed off. He was trying to get out the hospital. He's like, I'm about to go kill this. So when he came in, like, damn, and we seen who he was dating. And one day, one of the nurses like, "Why is you dating him?" She was like, "Cause he have a big." I was like, "Wow, wow." Like, yeah, okay, but it happened, you know.
Yeah, you got women that'll date men because of that. I don't know. Maybe it's different from the north and the south, but um, a lot of those women I feel like down here that's like maybe great for just sex. I mean, you don't. I don't know. Them are night creeps. Them are somebody they. I'm not saying every single one, but majority I feel like are nighttime. These are not the girls in a typical in the day that you're walking around with.
That's possible. Yeah, it's like that sometimes in the north. It is. But sometimes when you get whipped, you don't even care anymore. It's like, man, whatever. I don't care. Like, I'm bringing her out here. Like, that's your girl.
And
What you
that
doing?
girl, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, like, man, she got good. And tell you probably right. Because you know what, it's almost like a different world when you go down south. And I'm familiar because I went down. I used to damn near live in Georgia when I was young. We used to go down every summer and stay for like a month or two. So and then my family was from down south, so a lot of the traditions and stuff. Like when we moved into Michigan, that was like a total culture shock to me. Like everything was different, bro. It's like everything is totally different. It was like a whole different world. So like the South and the North, especially like the Midwest. The Midwest is different from the East. Like I
It
think, man.
is.
Like say Gary, you cool, and no offense to you, but New York people they crazy to me, bro. I'd be like, y'all be wilding. Like it's just like they just more like we more discreet with things. Y'all just out there like oh shit, bro. Like I had a homeboy from New York, like bro, I ain't never taking you with. I can't even take you to go get a pickup with me, bro. I'm not even taking you to the drive through, bro. You wild as hell. Well, yo,
Yeah,
what
that's
up,
just
son? What
different.
up, son? Like, bro, we trying to be quiet. We ain't trying to draw no attention to us, and you yelling, "What up, son?" We had a drop off, bro. Be quiet. We trying to get it and go.
And that's the thing with New York. Every borough is different, right? Like, for example, Queens and Harlem, they're two different things. Like you try to take a girl from Harlem on a date, and the nigga from Harlem like, yo, wait a minute, we don't do that. Where you going? Like, I'm taking her to eat. We don't do that. We just smashing it. Like, damn, y'all just loud. That's how y'all. Oh, okay, well, okay. You know what I mean? It's just different aspects, and like, and
No boy must be
it's like
from New
y'all
York.
crazy. Yeah, I'm like, y'all is crazy. Like, we only across the bridge. Like, what's wrong with y'all? Now we don't do that over here. Now you go to Brooklyn, it's the oh my god, they so yo, where you going, yo? Like, yo, I'm yo, where you going? Like, uh, going out. I'm saying though, let me roll with you. Like, what you want to be a third wheel for, Brooklyn? Go sit down somewhere. Like, where do you do that? Brooklyn. Oh, okay. You know, we ain't going to Brooklyn no more.
We just-
It's just
hey, hey, no boy, no offense if you from New York. I'm just saying I'm from the D. Y'all just different, bro. Y'all loud, man. y'all
I
like
know.
y'all loud. Y'all like the west side of Detroit to us because the west side is like more flashy, more flamboyant. The east side of Detroit, we like gutter grimy. Like we the ninjas of the city. Like we real ninjas. We do shit and get in and out and be done with it. Ain't no talking when it need to go down. It go down. We quiet. We ain't bragging and boasting about it. We ain't trying to draw no attention to ourselves. The West Side, nah, they got the Cartiers, the fur coats, and all that crazy. Like, nah, man, that shit too loud, bro. But New York, that's how New York. I don't. I'm not even gonna say because, like you said, I don't even know the different boroughs. Like my cousin from New York, and she thinks she from Harlem. Think if I'm
she
not
flashy.
mistaken, she from Harlem. But no, she like classy and cool. She like because she came from down south too. So she got that they came
Uh,
from South Carolina, so she more methodical with her shit. and she fucked around in the streets too and got her shit together. Now she doing. I'm not gonna say what she do because yeah, but she got her own business and it's cool. She got her own little business and it's cool.
Yeah, because like I said, Harlem is Harlem is unique because it's like everywhere at one time. You got the flashy people, then you got the people that's trying to be, civil, and then you got them loud ones that's trying to be both at the same time. Like, how does that work? Yeah, I just look confused. I mean, like I said, New York is different.
I could never
It's
live there. It's so if you
it's
come
different.
to Texas and then New York, it's day and night. Like y'all slam doors on in people. Like we just so courteous. You know what I'm saying? We so courteous here that if somebody behind you, will hey, majority of the time, people are gonna leave the door open for you to walk through. Here you get slammed the door in your face. You know what I mean? You right behind the person. They gonna slam the door. It's a lot of hospitality here. I say that and then you go up there. So I just couldn't do it, and then like words say y'all loud, y'all like ready to rah and fight and I mean we be ready for it too, but all that rough shit, nah, we ain't. I mean, we get out, but it ain't that serious.
Man, it
It's
was
just the
this.
disrespect is on a whole nother level.
I remember it was this. I think I was probably about like 23, 24. It was this new family that moved down the street from us, and I went, as a neighbor. So I'm visiting my mom, and I see this young lady on the porch, and I'm like, how old is you? She's like, I'm 21, and I'm like, oh, what's your name? Why you pushing all up on me, son? I'm like, damn, why you so aggressive? She was like, y'all Detroit motherfuckers. Like, I'm from New York, and I'm like, okay, that's why. Like some of them women, they be harder than the dudes, man. Like, I'm like, damn, bro. Like Scarlet,
Very
like
true.
man, bro.
Very
Um,
true.
I
I
used to
be
have a boyfriend, a ex from Philly, and this is when I guess he had just came. He had well, I know for sure he had just came to Texas, and I met him, and he used to talk about like just everything, like how this is how I know. Like I guess in Philly, they rude too because
Hmm.
he just talked about a lot how in Texas they just so the hospitality. He just wasn't used to it. He used to talk about it all the time when he first got here. Like the environment of the people is just so different.
like hood,
It's,
like
it's a,
my bad.
no, go ahead.
I was about to say hoods all over the world, like especially in the north. They told like Detroit. Detroit is Detroit is cool. Long as you mind your business, you good. That's all you got to do in a D. Just mind your business. You good. But like in Philly, them boys wild too. Baltimore, them dudes wild as hell. I'd be like, damn. Between Baltimore and New York, I don't know who more aggressive. Like there was some aggressive ass black people. I'd be like, damn, what
Man,
the hell?
he took
I
me to
don't know.
Philly. I caught a flight so fast back home.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Philly. Listen,
I can't do
Philly is
it.
that. Let me tell you something. I'ma just say this, and a lot of people may not agree with me, but you play on that I-95 corridor from New York to about Baltimore, you might can say a little bit in maybe Virginia. We ain't right. We ain't right at all. Some of us ain't right. There's some good people there, but we ain't right. I'ma just say that. We ain't right. We very we're more reactive than regular
Response.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, we instincts kick in, defend, shoot,
Hmm.
kick, punch, slam
And
the door
that's
in their
how I
face. They
felt
trying
when
to
I went to Philly. That's exactly how I felt. My instinct kicked in. Like, damn, I'm in the hood. Like, and then the crazy part, he came and got me from the airport, and then like we had went to the store. Like I think we had went like straight to the liquor store, and when I got out the car, it was like I was walking in trash. I've never experienced that here in tech. Like you don't walk outside and just trash all over the place. That's nonsense. That doesn't happen here. And I'm just everywhere I step, trash, trash. Like I was like, it was a culture shock to me.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just it is a difference. I cannot defend it. It's definitely a difference. Like I said, we have like even in your those big cities, it's just the difference in those big cities. Like one want to be Wild West, one want to be down south, one want to be the actual East Coast. And you like, yo, where are we going with all this? How we get all these different directions? We in the same region, but it be like that in those major cities. The influences that we have around us is just it's just crazy. So I can't even dispute it.
and even like I'm saying, like in Detroit, like the east side and the west side, they totally different, man. And that's for me. I mean, you ask anybody from Detroit, there's a difference in just those two side of town. So just going out, like it's some places that you wouldn't even think. Like it's some wild ass people. Like in Milwaukee, man, look, it's some wild people. Like man, Missouri, like what the fuck is in Missouri? Oh, St. Louis, but them man. But it's some like pocket hoods. Like they wild, bro. Like they wild.
Yeah, the outskirts. The outskirts is like the outskirts is more in the city than the inner city sometimes. Like how does that work? I don't know. I guess everybody trying to get out the hood and then they influence the suburbs.
Man, I
So
was
it's like I said,
man, we gonna
I'm gonna
review
drop
this
down,
on.
y'all. I'll be in the chat.
Appreciate you, sis.
uh,
Appreciate you. I'm gonna review this
wait
on
a minute.
Petty later tonight. I'm gonna review this on Petty Vision, bro. I was watching this thing on YouTube and it said suburban gangs, and I'm like, what? Man, I'm watching this, bro. Like these, like people trying to be hood in the like this shit is wild, man. This whole
Um,
um,
that's what I'm saying. It's like the city life is just it seems like it's just cultivating all over the place. You know what I mean? It's like, wait a minute, we trying to get out of here, and then y'all just they bringing your raggedy asses over here. Y'all just making it worse. Like we don't do that here. So it's don't tell me that people is not influenced over things. Don't tell me that this music and stuff is not penetrating other people
it is,
because there is.
it is,
It
bro.
is, and what we getting away from? We getting away from the love of ourselves. We ain't loving ourselves, and all we starting to do is hate somebody else. We hating other people, not loving ourselves,
Ain't that
and that's just the reality.
ain't that crazy? This society gives you love for hate. Like if you go out and do some hateful shit, people love you for it. I am God spell what up? Like people will love you and donate to you on this YouTube for hating on somebody. For like breaking people down. That shit wild, ain't it? People love to see
Yeah,
hate.
and that's why I tell you all the time, like, some people's peace, PIECE, is chaos. Because I don't know how the hell you can have regular peace and chaos. I don't know how that's not even possible. I've never seen that in my life. But that's the way, like, especially on this app, it works. We could sit here and have a conversation. We just built for a whole 2 hours, right? And nobody went crazy. We said a little couple of jokes, but it was factual, so whatever, we don't care. But at the same time, we were speaking about how to develop ourselves, how to not hate people, how to love yourself, and all of these other things. Ain't nobody. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the people that's gonna replay it. But it ain't like it's gonna get 15,000 views. We hope so, but we just gonna be realistic. Because at the end of the day, oh, they too positive. But let somebody go over there and talk about, yo, that nigga said that his man's mama, he smashed her. That's gonna get so many likes and views and replays. Like, yo, that nigga tripping. It's just the way society is. They're taking away self love, and we falling for it. We falling into this hate trap because we're not loving ourselves and not being away from that type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
We're building a chaotic scene so where we don't love ourselves to build together. And we'll rather separate rather than build. It's crazy.
But even think about what you just said. You know, we separate instead of building together. People building, they building walls to keep other people out. That's the sad thing. They think they building something positive, but you're not. You know, it's separating you, like you said. I don't know, bro. Like I'd be listening and stuff, and this is like it's uber important to understand the difference of understanding something and comprehending something. Because when you begin to comprehend what people are saying, and you'll see what their intentions are. I promise you, you will. I can listen to people like I can just see your motive. I can see it. And if I can't, I'm gonna just sit back and observe some more. But you go show it. People they tell you what's in them. Every thought, every feeling and emotion, they tell you through their words. You know, it's just people try to understand and don't comprehend. I'm gonna break down that director of Secret Service. It's a long video. Did you watch that?
Nah, I ain't watched that because I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm conflicted about this whole thing. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Because they going. I know we off topic now, but it's petty time.
It's petty time.
They going
You
to
can
use
hit it,
that.
bro.
Yeah, they getting ready to use that for the excuse not to let this woman, be president. They're gonna do whatever they can to not make this one. We just had this woman try to protect a former president. He almost got shot. How are we gonna let this woman run a whole free country and she ain't gonna let that go down the drain either? And I'm telling you, they about to do these political ads is about to be very dumb. It's gonna be dumb, and it's gonna be a agenda war. They get ready to start a gender war in live and in person, real life. It ain't gonna be no YouTube scenario. It's gonna be real life. They already talking about the felon versus the prosecutor. She ain't prosecuting no rich white people. She prosecuted black people. Let me not say that because she don't think she black anyway. What is she? She's Asian Pacific, a Pacific Asian, or then black. Like I don't know how that works, but okay.
No,
They don't view you that way,
she
honey.
just started claiming she was black. At first, she wasn't even black. She was Asian and Indian. She,
Asian, yeah, Indian,
I,
Asian Indian,
yeah, at
whatever
first she
she is.
wasn't.
That's what I'm saying.
But bro, I'm listening to that, and I'm gonna tell you this, bro. Is the reason she reluctant to answer those questions, and those were simple questions that we already seen on video. Like a lot of stuff they asked her, we seen the shit on video, bro. So it's only one or two reasons why she ain't answer those questions. Either because she ain't trying to let the cat out the bag, like she know it was some shit, it was some bullshit, and she trying to investigate it, and she can't let people know what's going on, or she covering the shit
You
up.
gotta be the fall guy. Yeah,
Them
she
the
gotta be
only
the
two
fall guy
reasons.
one way or another.
Them the
But either
only
way,
two
she's gonna be the
reasons.
fall person.
Ain't
Right.
no nah, that shit deep, bro. Like that shit on camera. If this was like 40 years ago, yeah, it'd be a conspiracy. No, that shit on camera, bro. That none of that shit
But
makes
even
sense. None of you saying none of that shit makes sense, bro. I'm just being real. Like none of
Yeah,
like if
but they
you
didn't
ask,
even they didn't get a chance to doctor the videos. This ain't Kennedy. This ain't none of those type of scenarios where they can doctor the camera and all of that. It was like live. That's what I'm saying. They
the
made her the
direct
fall guy.
the director of Secret Service, they she resigned.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
today.
resigned. Yeah, but that, bro,
I'm
I'm
not shocked.
listening like, bro, you can't answer. No, you won't answer that because, and I'm looking at her demeanor, bro. I kind of think, man, I kind of think she knows she was set up. Like, I kind of feel like she feel like she. I don't feel like she covering nothing up. I feel like I'm watching her demeanor. I feel like she knows some bullshit happened, and she can't say nothing, or she getting bullshitted around. And it's just like she can't. And then that shit is so stupid. Like some of the questions, she can't give out nobody names. That's that. If she give out her agent's name, do you know they can get compromised? Like it's a
Right.
reason they
Look,
called the Secret Service. And like, why you can't tell me the person's name? The American people ain't the only motherfuckers listening to this. Like that shit, like that will fuck up national security by giving out those agents' names.
and that's
That
what
shit,
I'm saying. They trying to trip her up. And now that they tripping her up, look, she can't handle the pressure. So she can't handle the pressure of securing the country. How are we gonna let this woman that's coming in secure a whole the bigger part of the country? Not a national treasure, but the entire country, our assets. This, that, and the third. She was ready to let Trump get shot. That's what they gonna say. Now
man,
look,
I
y'all want
don't
this
think
woman.
I'm.
Mm-mm.
I'm I'm
I know
telling
she
you,
ain't the
bro.
word. I already know she the foreperson. I'm telling you.
Man, that shit look
I'm
crazy, and
agreeing with you.
I'm looking at her, man. That shit kind of fucked up, man. That's a
Yeah.
fucked up position to be in.
He's setting her up to fail.
Because, bro, like if you say too much, they come get your ass.
I wish
Like
you would.
you say the wrong thing, you start your car up and had a gas leak. They found her in her car,
Oh,
carbon monoxide poison. They be man,
look,
fuck that. What up, Noble?
she did.
Appreciate you, bro.
Look, she ain't changed. She ain't changed. She ain't changed her battery. Now she got carbon monoxide in the house. It's over. Don't act like they don't do things like that. All right, we might be going to
Mhm.
conspiracy theories, but don't act like they don't do those type of things. You see what I'm saying? That's why some of us better have bunker ready because bunker it's about to be bunker time because they about to wild out in a minute. These next the whole process don't even make sense to me, right? I'm not even a secret service. I'm talking about they made this man retire. Like sit your old ass down. Why y'all ain't tell that nigga 4 years ago to sit his old ass down? He was old then.
Right.
What's
And
up, word?
what's going on?
Peace and love to the 9%. What's going on? I didn't mean to intrude. I just wanted to intro myself. Go ahead, man.
Oh no, you
Nah,
cool, bro. Go ahead and rock out.
you cool. Go ahead, do your thing.
Nah, maybe it'd be very seldom and rare that I might hit the word panel and shit. You know what I'm saying? But y'all having a real good conversation, especially about the conversation that a lot of people don't like to have, and that's about politics. See, I really don't like to go against anybody's political viewpoint because that's their political viewpoint. And I think that political viewpoints is just another part of separation. That's just like a Muslim being a Hindu. It's the same thing as a Democrat being a Republican at this point. But can't we just all agree that, you know what I'm saying, just like, we like a Hindu and a Muslim, they all believe in a higher power. Can't everybody all believe that Democrats and Republicans is a part of a one big old motherfucking system? And that's been oppressing not only black people, but all the masses on this motherfucking continent. And we still trying to sit up here and play this game like it's gonna change because we think different. Yeah, everybody thinking different. We on this woke shit, and everybody like, yeah, fight the power. We about this conspiracy shit. But at the end of the day, we know the truth. What are we doing about it? I'm an old head. I'm 51 years old. I've been knowing about David Icke and all this shit since the late 80s, early 90s. A lot of things people talking about in 2000, 2024. I've been knowing this in the late 80s and early 90s. So now I'm like, okay, we finally got it. Everybody, oh, we finally get it. We getting somewhere, and we still falling down a rabbit hole about Kamala Harris. Who fuck her? Ain't neither one of them Trump, Biden, none of them. They're part of. They one wing. They two wings of the same bird. And I think that the only chance of redemption that this country have, all these political motherfuckers, all this government shit, the only chance of redemption that they did have was Donald Trump. If I got to be honest, because he was showing the dirty laundry of this motherfucking country. He was just showing what the fuck this country really is, even showing his own shit. So we gotta understand when we out here pushing these political agendas, let's just figure out what the politics of being political is. They two wings of the same bird. And they still pushing the same agenda that they've been pushing since they've been in power. And that's to keep the masses asses and to keep that 1% in power. That's all they doing. Go ahead, brother. Man, I'm sorry, I digress. My bad.
Oh no, you good, bro. And this is why people was getting mad at me. I said, shit, Trump was good for America, if you ask me, because you can deny a lot of the shit. Like, you can deny racism when Trump was in office. That shit was right there in your face. You can't deny it. Now we have to talk about it. Like, I'm sorry, him being there, it showed us how ugly things was, like in our country.
And it's both sides. I wouldn't say it's just on the Republican side, but it's on the Democratic side because Democrats. What a lot of people don't understand is that when this Great Awakening and during the C-19 shit and all this shit, they had people time to sit at home and get on this computer and really start looking up things that people were saying instead of going about their day-to-day life. You know what I'm saying? Just, okay. No, they had time to sit there without nothing to do, sit at home on this computer and internet and really research these conspiracy theories. And start saying that, this seems to make sense. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I really think that love is the highest vibration that we really could have. As far as the emotion, I hear you talking about that a lot, word, but I think that love is like the highest emotion that we really could like have right now at this moment, because we're dealing in the Kali Yuga. And if people don't know about time cycles, understand that there's nothing we can do to stop what's happening right now. Let this shit happen.
It got to. That's why
let this shit fall apart.
All empires come crumbling down, bro. It ain't nothing you can do about that. I mean,
because look at it like this. I just came to the realization that yes, I'm going to die. My death became. I killed death by accepting it. That it's gonna happen. So that's something that I know gonna happen. I'm not even worried about that shit. So if this shit gotta end and I gotta be a receptacle of this shit, and I just got fuck it. Let this shit go. It's nothing I can do as an individual to stop what's going on. This shit is already cosmic. It's already in a cycle. And that's what we don't understand. Things are in cycles, yo. You know what I'm saying? We are on the cusp of a golden age. So that means that this lead shit, this dead shit, this copper, the iron age, all this shit is over. We going into a whole nother age. So the old must fade. And we have to start thinking and vibrating on higher levels. Yeah, I don't agree with your political opinion. You could love Kamala Harris. You might want her for president, but that ain't gonna make me hate you. I want to understand your standpoint of why you care, why you want this woman in office more than I care about how you feel about her personally. I want to know the political views of what you agree on, and we can go on that. See, we got to get past of what we like or what we don't like. Let's stick to what they say, to the issues. Y'all there?
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And Commander, I was looking at that, and I'm gonna tell you, just fight or flight. I don't care if you a cop or not. You come in my house pointing a gun at me, I mean, some people just go react. So I don't even see why they had guns drawn pointed at her. Like for some
Oh, well,
reason,
they gonna say for the pot. They ain't got nothing. Listen, I called you. What they
that
got to do with
don't.
anything?
I mean, I'm just being honest. That don't give you constitution to use deadly force. I mean, because of a
not
pot. If
a
you watch
word.
the video, the gun was pointed at her before she reached for the pot. Why do you have the gun pointed at her?
One thing I didn't
It's,
do is watch the video. I didn't watch. I heard about it. People was trying to get me to watch the video, but I refused to watch those type of videos. You know what I'm saying? For my mind, for my own peace of mind.
I'm
But
looking
I
at it
get it.
right now.
I can't watch it. I can't watch that shit.
It's like this is the thing. Like when we call for help, we're not expecting the police to come point guns at us. And then just being black, and I mean, is we can't say we don't have a lot of examples when unarmed black people getting shot by cops. So once you see that cop, and he white pointing a gun at you and you black, shit, it's fight or flight. Either I'm gonna take this shit or I'm gonna fight.
How many? But my thing is this: is that a lot of this go on in America and also in the inner cities. You know what I'm saying? Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I done already heard of a few incidents when cops and open fired on unarmed citizens. It
Yeah,
wasn't reported on TV.
on
It
TV.
wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But
No.
all of a sudden, no, but now all of a sudden, now this election cycle, and all of a sudden, now you want to bombard me with police brutality on black people now. But I see that shit every day. You don't have to push that in my face
Yeah.
because I see that every day. You don't have to push that in the media. Show me something different. Show me cops helping people, helping my people instead of showing them gunning them down. I see that all day. I see that every day. I see brothers and sisters out here getting mistreated by East Point and Warren and all that. And they don't even
Hmm.
that's not even their jurisdiction. You know what I'm saying though, word, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it's like I see that every day. So to show me that I don't even want to see the video. I see that enough. I don't need that inside my head. I don't need that. What I need is some type of action from these police officers and from the state and from these jurisdictional levels where we're gonna stop this. If not, okay, we might as well put it on the street. Let's go.
And
Because like I said, we're gonna die one day.
and you know and this the telltale thing about that video too is after what happened, right after he gunned her down, his response and stuff, like, bro, that just show your character and attention. Like you had no remorse, like, oh my god, I just took, kill you. Nah, man. Nah,
Maybe
that
it was
shit.
put out there for that shock. Maybe it was put out there for that shock effect. I'm not saying that it didn't happen.
That shit wild, bro. I mean, I
I'm
know
not.
that
Yeah,
it's for the shock effect, but like you said, this is
yeah,
everyday shit.
yeah.
This is shit that we've been saying. That's what I'm saying. All this shit starting to come to light now, and people still finding ways to justify it. Ain't no justifying what that happened, because I'm just look. It's not white people get killed by cops too,
Yeah.
but I'm saying
Hell
you will
yeah.
see way more remorse. I don't care what nobody said. Anytime I seen a white person get killed by a cop, he made me do it. He was all remorseful, like, I didn't want to, but I had to. This is not that. This
Man,
ain't
I
that.
saw, man, I saw these cops, man, gunned down a white guy. Like he was just like a man, just like a nigga. They ain't show him no fucking remorse. They lit his ass up. So when they try to say
The
that,
one in Pittsburgh.
I don't know if it was, I
Did
don't
you?
know what was that, but they lit his ass up.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, they ain't show him no. So I can't sit up there
Was
and say that they be like targeting black folk like that because they ain't show his ass no
oh,
remorse either.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, a poor white person ain't no better than a black person.
Right.
I'm just being real. A poor white person ain't no better than in fact, like, listening, like, white people, they think, like, what, when they call people white trash, they think they beneath black people, bro.
Yeah.
They
And
feel like,
I just be like, at the end of the day, I think that You know, our struggle has been against the system of white people. You know, as a people, us classified as black folk. You know, our fight has been against the oppression system of white folk, white oppression. They're not even oppression no more.
No,
You know, it's not like white folk is like the enemy no more. You know what I'm saying? It's like we still fighting this old fight when we got all the tools we need. The only thing we gotta do is just stand up and the game over. And we just don't want to stand up because we want to keep this dirty ass white man on our back that's keeping us keeping us on our back. And we could up here sit, and watch TV and see that they ain't got no fucking power no more.
bro. I tell people it's not even you. What you said was sauce, and I will say this too to add to that. It's not like you said. We're not even fighting white people no more. We fighting black people trying to uphold white supremacy more than we fighting white supremacy itself. We got to deal with the black people who benefiting from it.
There you go.
Like, and what do I mean by that?
Right.
We was just talking about the music, right?
You right.
We was just talking about the music, bro. Like, why y'all making this shit?
Absolutely.
Because y'all getting paid. Because this is what they want and they
Yeah.
paying you for.
Look at the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. Look at that beef and how much money that generated for Universal.
Mm-hmm.
But also look at the energy that it created among the culture of hip hop and the message and tone that it set. It ain't gonna make that much money for Universal no more.
Mm-mm.
That was a powerful moment if people really paid attention to it.
Man, Kendrick. Man, look, I'm gonna tell you this. People don't understand what Kendrick did, bro.
What
They
you
really
think
don't
about that,
understand.
Commander?
People don't understand what Kendrick did. But I think he just shifted people into a whole new awakening, people having different conversations. Because,
Yeah.
like I said, a lot of the problems within the black community, it don't come from nobody else but black people. Black people are their own worst enemies right now because you don't know who is you, who is who. We just put everybody, hey, because you dark skinned, you black. That ain't right. Nah, bro. That ain't how it works. We all different, and we need to appreciate the differences in one another because people have came. You from the city, so you know all these immigrants come over here. You know, you go in the hood. What stores own? When I first moved to Detroit, we had black owned stores. It was black owned gas stations, black owned liquor store. We ain't got that no more.
No.
So everybody who owns shit in the hood is taking money out the hood and putting it back in their communities. And they ain't all Asian and it's some Africans doing that shit. They ain't trying to build up the black, but we all black, right? Why you ain't helping us build up our community? We helping you pay for your village at home.
What a lot of people don't understand is that we are not African.
No,
We not African. I mean, and if you look at Africans and you look at us, you can look at our own facial structure and everything. We are a different xenotype than African people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We've been on this continent since forever.
Mm-hmm.
So they classify us as African Americans. How? We ain't never been to Africa. You ain't never been to Africa. Your mama ain't never been to Africa. Your great grandmama ain't never been to fucking Africa.
I mean,
You know what I'm saying? And so they classify you as that. You know what I'm saying? And then you up here trying to search for your ancestors all the way over there. Not saying that you don't have ties to them over there. I'm not saying that, but they're not us.
No.
And that's the same thing that Kendrick was like really trying to say too, in that they are not like us. We a different type of people over here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They colonizers. They come over here to take our style. They come over here to take our swag. They come over and take everything from us African Americans, us people over here in the real motherland, over here in the fatherland. They come over here and take our shit. They let all the immigrants and everything come over here and take our wealth. You know what I'm saying? It's time for us to take that shit back. I'm not African. I never classify myself as African. Nothing.
No, I ain't African.
And what people don't understand too is that a lot of stuff they try to classify over there, like the Sphinx and stuff like that, is over there in the goddamn Grand Canyon in Arizona and stuff.
I ain't gonna talk about that. There's a reason you can't explore the game. There's a reason you can't explore it no more.
See, people had, like I said, people had time during this pandemic shit to sit up here and really like, you know, research the bullshit. Because they ain't had nothing else to do. You could go to work. You know what I'm saying? Right. What else could you do but shop on Amazon and Uber Eats? You know what I'm saying? So you come across information and it take you down a rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? You start looking at stuff like, that's what the Great Awakening is about. I might not agree with a lot of things that people say, but we're going to agree on something. That we all in this world of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and if we gonna change this shit, we all gotta stand up. If not, do nothing and let this shit fall apart.
Yeah, the reset
That's a
began.
very interesting point. That's an interesting point right there. That's just like, I want to, like, this might be controversial and all of that. Let's see what happens if nobody votes. Let's see what
I
happens.
ain't voting. No black people vote.
Yeah, I want to see what happens with that. Because, all right, let me throw this at y'all real quick. Okay, so now we got this young lady that got herself killed or whatever the case may be. In the meantime, we just got this woman that's running for president that just ran up $50 to $100 million in 2 days for her campaign.
Let's go.
But then we got $8 trillion running around to another country, and then we got millions of people that inflation is rocking their whole face off right now, and they barely eating. Y'all raising organic prices. You giving them GMO banned food. You're giving them all this stuff, but y'all want somebody to do what? What are we supposed to do? Y'all keep giving us old people to vote for. You don't want these young people to run. What are we supposed to do with all of this?
That's right. And Commander, that just goes to say, show you that the old guard is over. You know, you can go back to the old book, what was that, 1987, 1988 by George Orwell. Go back, just go and read those type of books. Go back and read. They was already telling motherfuckers what type of world this was gonna be if we went this way or that way. And what they're trying to push is this way because this is the only thing they got, but this is not the order of the day because they didn't get this shit by birthright. See, this is what people that gotta understand when you look at even when you look at even when you look at our own people in the Moorish Empire. You know what I'm saying? They took things through conquest. It wasn't through birthright. We have certain birthrights that came with us when we was born. And that's ingrained with us through our bloodline. And that's what we got away from. That's why they classify us as African Americans and try to classify us as lower grade humans and all this shit, try to call you a human and try to call, because it's wordplay. We are more than what they tell us. And now we're starting to come into that shit to the point that, look, let these motherfuckers have this shit. They can't do nothing with it. They showing you that by putting a they showing you that by putting a puppet ass motherfucker up in Donald Trump. And then they throw Kamala Harris up in here because Joe Biden motherfucker got COVID. They throwing this shit in y'all face, showing y'all how fragile and how stupid this shit is. In the meanwhile, you got these industrialized nations like China and Russia and Iran and all these other countries fucking mobilized. You got the BRICS nations pushing out the dollar, and we still talking about Trump, Kamala. We still talking. We ain't looking at the geopolitical standpoint of what this shit really is.
Hey,
so if we don't get, go ahead, brother. My bad.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I agree with you. I say let it burn.
Yeah.
That's so. I mean, sometimes to rebuild, you have to destroy what's there. So, I mean, they gonna keep the only band-aid they got. I'm just being real. Is Trump. That's the only
Yeah,
band-aid they got. Um, I don't I don't agree with a lot of stuff he said, but just the reality, like, is gonna get worse. I mean, his man, you put Kamala in there, bro. You gonna get 4 more years of this shit. The
I'm gonna tell
same
you
old
like
shit.
this. I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm gonna tell you like this. I went to the airport. I had went to Texas last Christmas. I went to Texas. I went to Texas. I went to Texas, and I was in the airport. And I was trying to find my way through the airport because I ain't been through to Metro Airport in like years. So they remodeled. So I'm going through here, and I'm up there talking to people trying to get directions. And 85% of the people I talked to was immigrants.
Oh
They
yeah.
didn't know the language. They didn't know English. None of that. So when I get to Texas, it was the same shit. I'm up here talking to foreigners. It wasn't Mexican. I know a little Mexican. I know a little Spanish. It wasn't Mexican. So I'm looking at them like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So I get back to Detroit, same thing. And so I'm up here like, and then I'm up here hearing about immigrants and how they invading the borders, and I'm like, this some real shit. I mean, this is really going on. And then it's like, even earlier this year, I'm up here in stores and you got Nigerians and stuff in stores with these blue cards. They don't know no English, bro. So they in stores trying to buy stuff with these cards. They can't even talk to the Chaldeans in the store. So they up here on their phones doing Google Translate with these blue cards, bro. And I'm up here watching them and I'm like, is this what they talking about? These immigrants with these blue cards with all this money on them. And I'm seeing all these fucking Nigerians and Guatemalans and all these people around in the neighborhoods and stuff, getting houses, all type of stuff.
Hmm. Bro, I'm not when that land bank first hit, like in 2000, what was that, like 16, 17? When they
Oh
opened the
yeah,
land bank, bro, you know how many people was calling me that wasn't even in this country buying houses in the city,
yeah,
bro?
yeah,
They weren't even in the country, bro, buying all the
yeah,
houses. They was like, so people get mad when Trump said these immigrants taking black jobs, right?
yeah.
I can understand, but this is the problem. Y'all only understood what he said. When you comprehend what he said, he was speaking some real shit
I'm gonna
because
tell
he
you,
used
hey,
the
word
wrong
out.
word. He
Hey,
used the
word. I don't
wrong
mean.
word.
Let me say this before I lose my thought. It's just like when they had the empowerment zones. You know what I'm saying? And when Trump came to office, he actually was like, "I'm gonna give it to the people that was living there first before I give it to the corporations." He gave a chance for people to get the money first. That was in the neighborhoods. I remember that. He gave it to the people first. Now, if the people would have got it or not, well, you know what I'm saying? But I remember him saying that, hey, this is for the people that stay in these neighborhoods. I'm not gonna give it to the corporate interests. I'm gonna give people the chance in this neighborhood to get the money, and that's why a lot of shit opened up before the gentrification of Detroit. That's why a lot of black people in Detroit got bread
And, bro,
and got restaurants and shit like that. The businesses and shit like that, man. That was for us.
and see,
Go ahead, word.
he used the wrong word. He said they taking black jobs. What he should have said was they taking black opportunities.
Yeah,
The opportunities we will have as people who've been here is going up north. And that ain't just black people, that's everybody. That's everybody. Like you said, those jobs in the airport, you got Americans, out of work. I'm pretty sure a couple, American born citizens would have took that job at the airport.
yeah. I'm just like, it wasn't so much like it was people at the jobs at those places that had the jobs. It was just people that was walking around the airport. You know what I'm saying? Like regular people that was traveling, and it was a lot of immigrants. You know what I'm saying? It was like more than usual.
I say this shit.
You know what I'm saying? It was like it's just like going to a bus station and you will see. Yeah, I challenge anybody go to a bus station, go to a train station, go to an airport, it's gonna be more than usual. You're gonna see the difference. You're gonna be like, oh, wait a minute. You know, you especially, I mean, in America, abroad is different. Abroad in certain like international airports, yeah, you're gonna see that shit. You know what I'm saying? But everywhere you go, you know what I'm saying? I mean, even when you go to the mall and shit, you see people that you be like, they don't belong here type shit.
Hey, look, I ain't been down to the. Is Eastland still open, bro? Did they close Eastland down? I ain't been to the city.
Yeah, Eastland gone, Northland gone.
Damn. I ain't been down there in like 3 years.
Yeah, Eastland gone.
Bro, man, I did, man. Remember they had the movie theater? Bro, that shit was slapping.
Yeah, man. Hey, Detroit ain't. I mean, Detroit is coming back, but the only thing I can say about is, I mean, it depends on who running it. You know what I'm saying? And just like I say, man, if we dealing with the same political system that we've been working with, or operating with for the last 200, 300 years, it's not gonna work. It's time for an upgrade. It's time. I mean, everybody want to be so inclusive. But ain't no fucking way in the hell I'm letting a transgender motherfucker come in a woman's bathroom. No. I'm not gonna allow that. No. I could be inclusive. I could accept your shit. But you're not gonna come in the same bathroom that my wife or my daughter gonna go in, bro. You gonna come in with the man. You gonna pull your dick out. You gonna squat, nigga. Shit.
Hey, damn, you made me. I was just about to ask you something, and this shit threw me off, bro.
What happened? Yeah.
Oh man, you totally threw me off. I was about to ask something.
These niggas to the UFC knocking women out, and you about to go up in bathroom? No, bro. You gonna come here with us with the men, bro. You go ahead and squat. Find your place.
and you know what? This ain't no hate speech towards no immigrants. You know, people come to this country. No. I just feel like this. Like, I just don't think it's fair. You know, that when people come here, other people get put behind the 8 ball, bro. That shit ain't cool.
I'm gonna be frank about it, and I'll go on any talk show anywhere. I'll go on Nancy Grace anywhere. I say fuck that, because you got people that's been in this country. You understand what I'm saying? Been going about the right way. You know, even if they was immigrants, they did it. And then you got people that's supposed to be slaves, quote unquote slaves, and they ain't even got their reparations yet. But these motherfuckers can come over here with a clean bill, come over here, they get a job, they get a car for about $15,000 on their free room and board. They can do what the fuck they want to do. Motherfucker, I'm out here homeless, I'm on food stamps. No, bro, it's a problem with that.
Man, I had people knocking on my door when they brought that first group of people from what was Russia messing up? Whoever Russia was in war with, when they brought them people over here, and it was people knocking on my door. Yeah, they talk about you want to donate to the people. I'm like, shit, bro. Hey, go knock on somebody's door and bring that shit back over here. I need some donations too.
They already knocked on the White House door and got $8 billion.
Like, bro, they knocking on my door asking me if I want to donate to some Ukraine people. Hey, when did the Ukraine people donate to us when we had the Detroit riots? Who the fuck was donating to us?
Hey, word, when they knocked on the White House door, they got all they needed. They had to knock on our door no more.
Shit, they still knocking on those, bro. I get a call like every 3 weeks about donating. Like, I'm straight, man.
Hey, word. Hey, word, I do them like the Jehovah's Witnesses, man. I throw eggs at them. For real. Don't knock on my door. I ain't knocking on your door for my spiritual. Don't come knocking on my door.
Hey, look, no disrespect to no Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm just telling the story. I didn't know.
That's just me. That's not the word. That's not the word. That's me. I'm sorry.
No, because you brought up Jehovah's Witnesses, I got to tell the story. I didn't know what a Jehovah's Witness was when I first moved to Detroit, right? And I was staying with my cousin, And I remember it was a knock at the door, and I told my auntie, I said, it's two old ladies standing on a porch with a Bible. And she called my cousin. Do you know he wrapped a towel around his head and went to the door like "Assalamu alaikum, my sister," and they was like, "You have a good day," and walked away. And I'm
Wow.
like, "What the hell?" They said, "Just act like you Muslim when they come." I did not know, man. Shit. I'm like, I think I was like 13 years old. Like, what the hell was that? Like, bro, I'm going to hell. Y'all coming with me? Fuck it. Oh man, that was just a story. I can't help. The truth is the truth that happened to me in real
Right,
life.
right.
You know, no
But you know what?
disrespect to nobody. The shit was just funny to me.
Yeah, the best truth come in humor, man. That's what people don't get. Sometimes you have to take humor and understand. That's why I love comedians. You know what I'm saying? Because they can tell you the truth and make you laugh at, make you laugh at the truth. It could be some heartbreaking ass shit, but they're put in the way that you laugh at it. So sometimes it's good to laugh at what's real, man. Just like I said, man, Jehovah's Witnesses destroyed my marriage. You know what I'm saying? And I can't, there's not no slight towards Jehovah's Witnesses as a whole. It speaks to the point that people could be so much of followers and not be like, really trying to figure out the message for themselves, and they just be followers and shit. You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah,
it make it seem like a cult. Just like YouTube, just like Facebook, just like Instagram, just like all this shit that people classify as, lifestyles, they end up being religions. You know what I'm saying?
See, you come from the conscious community, so you already know.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
whole, like, bro, a lot of that shit, I was like, man, I'm straight, bro. Y'all wild. Like,
Yeah. And the thing is though that I studied. I ain't gonna say I've been a part of, but I could say I've been a part of the three major religions. You could say Judaism, Islam, and Christianity. But I've studied like Taoism and Hinduism and all of the other world religions. I studied those. You know what I'm saying? And I really started like getting into like hermetics and the occult after I started, and metaphysics when I started learning about Bobby Hemmett and Dr. Jewel Poker and Phil Valentine and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It was more my people talking about it, but it was information that I was getting already, like through David Icke and what's my man, Jordan Maxwell and shit like that. So when I started hearing my own people talk about it, and they were sending me to the sources, and I was already in the libraries anyway, and it was like taking me to the sources of things I already read, like the Bhagavad Gita and the Nag Hammadi. And so I had already came across information like that already in my studies. So it just taking me to stuff I already knew. So I'm like, okay, so now when I'm looking at like we in this woke moment right now, I'm like, okay, we're in this woke moment, but it's like people woke and still sleep. Because we still didn't get the underlying message of what being woke was about. It was not being woke and following anybody's fucking message. It's being woke and writing your own. It's about writing your own Bible. We haven't started. How many of us wrote our own Bible yet?
oh man, I'm in the process.
Just write your own book.
Bro,
write your own book. Write about your own experiences. Write about what's your own observations, how you see shit. You know what I'm saying? Talk about how you view things. You don't see what people don't understand is that we are all singularities of personalities. We are not the same. Don't try to bunch us all up in a box, because we're not. And I think that's the conflict of us being in classisms. It's because we're not the same. Even if I got $1 billion and you ain't got nothing, if you put us in the same room, I'm still your equal. Because guess what? We still put our pants on at the same time of the day, and we still got the same 24 hours. So we still equals. The only difference is status. But take that shit away from us, we still the same. So you're no different. You're no different from me. I'm no different from you.
See, bro, that's the And even in that concept, I try to explain to people two things can exist in the same space. We not the same, but we are the same. You know, like we got a lot of differences, but we got the same genetic makeup. Meaning, we a lot of us has the same opportunity. You know, we have the same ability to accomplish the same thing. It's just people are different. Some people want it, some people don't. Like when you say, woke, for me, woke wasn't good enough. I had to unplug from all that shit. Like I'm
Yeah.
straight, So when I hear people say woke, I look at them with a side eye, like, okay,
Like what?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to unplug you.
Whoa.
Okay, that's good being woke, but
Yeah.
now you gotta unplug. Can you do that? No, because you still holding on to shit. Like you said, I asked people that. Like I had a show. When was that, G? When I was asking, I think I asked that question: did man make God or did God make man? And I was asking people like, what's your
Last
relationship
week.
with God? What's your relationship? When you ask that to people, most people will tell you they know God from the Bible. They don't have no personal relationship. They only can explain God from someone else's perspective. Like you woke. I mean, you ain't woke to me. You sleep.
I can say this. I can say this. I began to know God through Bible and text and shit, but I really started to understand that everything that I came to know that what a God is came from my mother.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's not no slight to man. I'm not saying that man they had no agency in creating me, but that's what I knew. From the womb to from the womb to the titty. You know what I'm saying? I knew my mama. That was my God. That's where I came from. That was my landmass. People say where I came from. I came from my mother.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what continent I was on, I know I came from my mother. And even that's in law. The child is what the mother is. That's in law. And I don't know. I just be rambling sometimes, but I just be wanting us as especially the younger generations, the Gen Zers and shit like that. Don't get caught up in the hype, man. I'm not hating on our youth. You know what I'm saying? Our younger generation. I'm not. I wish y'all the most success. Y'all doing things different than us, and I applaud that shit. You know what I'm saying? I support it. But what I don't support is that the way y'all doing it is that it's like y'all selling yourselves short, and y'all could be doing so much more than like parading on like a minstrel show to get money. That's all I'm saying. I mean, there's so many other things. You don't even have to be in sports. You don't gotta play no. You don't gotta dribble a basketball. You don't gotta pick up a mic. It's so much other things that we can do. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I mean, if this what y'all want to hold on to, make sure y'all hold on to this shit and y'all in control of this shit.
Hey, you said something, bro. I want you to break that down because I don't think most people know what a minstrel show is. You want to
Yeah,
break it down for people, or you want me to do it?
the minstrel show is when white people used to put on blackface
Mm-hmm.
and used to parade like niggas. You know what I'm saying? That was the minstrel show. When they used to have the black face on and the Bojangles and shit, and they had the white gloves on. That was the minstrel show. It was white people with black face. That's the minstrel show. So right now, what you got is niggas with blackface on.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Kendrick Lamar was doing, exposing with the They Not Like Us niggas on the minstrel show. They showed you Drake with the blackface on, okay, with the Pusha T. It's look at the expose. You got Diddy out here and shit. He got. I mean, it's just so many things. You know what I'm saying? It's so many things. We're coming to a.
In modern day, what the minstrel show is you melanated people personifying this niggerism. That's what it
Yeah,
is. You
yeah,
personifying it. You're
yeah.
man, that shit weak to me, man.
You out there. You out there shucking and jiving, and you ain't got shuck and jive. You ain't gotta go out there tap dance and say tick tick tick. You ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta go out there, tap dance and flip and do the splits and all that shit and show your greatness. You ain't gotta do that shit.
And even on this YouTube, people
Yeah.
doing that. And it goes back to the topic. No fucking self-love. You have no self-love. You will sell not only yourself out, but a whole race of people for a couple dollars, bro.
I challenge people to do this. If people want to know themselves, take time to know something in nature, something that you can attend to, like a plant or a pet, and put yourself in they fucking shoes when you gotta depend on something other than yourself. Like a plant. Just sit up there and just take care of a damn orchid. And make that orchid you. This is you. And you want that motherfucker to be beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that'll give you a lesson in self-love. What do you want? This is plant. This you. What do you want as a plant? You want to be watered. You want to be nurtured. You want good soil. Shit. You might want a friend. You might want to. You know what I'm saying?
And
what do you want?
And that's why Mr. Miyagi gave Daniel's son that bonsai tree.
Exactly. So many lessons, man. I think a lot of shit go over our head because niggas be trying to be too deep, or people be trying to see people as being deep. And sometimes we gotta take shit at surface level and just take what we can take at surface level and use that as a shovel to dig deeper. Cause I can sit up here, I can tell you some shit, and I can give you some sources, and I can give you some books and shit. But if you don't use that shit, then I'm just telling you some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I just keep it surface level, and I want to rap because look, where we could talk for hours, bro. I mean, we be on this motherfucker. We could keep this shit to be a 10-hour stream. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'll get up here all the time.
I appreciate you coming up, bro. This be dope when you hit the panel. It'd be dope, man, because I love when the brothers come up here because my sisters always hold me down. My brother Gary hold me down, but when people outside of the nine come up here and bless the panel, bro, with information and knowledge, I'm always humbled, because you don't have to, bro. You don't have to, and I appreciate it, man, because this is what I try to do. I try to put the information out, and it's not even like I try to put it out, like you said, where people can actually apply it. That's why I talk about behavior and personality. That's stuff that people can wake up tomorrow and begin to change.
Right.
And eventually that's gonna change the way you think. If you want better, you got to do better, and that's how you get better. And that's just what it is. That's just the formula.
I think the hardest part for people is the application. Because as far as me in the beginning, like my deep spiritual, studies and shit, it was about application. It wasn't about trying to fake it till you make it at some point. You really had to get your hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? You really had to get into the study. Like you really had to get into it. And then that's when the real breakthroughs that really start happening. Then you be like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? You be like, okay, so I'm here now in the rap. What's next? And the thing is, and this is what I want people to understand, there is not no next. There's no next. Excuse me. This shit goes forever. You unending. You always learning. It just you came to this part. Excuse me. You came to this part of this shit that we call creation, and you forgot. That's what people got, and don't get don't think that because you may have daydreams. That's what people call it, and you may have deja vu's, and you may have premonitions, and you might have some shit be like, I knew this was gonna happen type shit. No, it's just not that. That's not that. We've been here already. This is nothing new to us. We just bumped our fucking head. You understand? We you know what I'm saying? It's just like going to the masonry when they say Hammer Biff was knocked in the head. You know what I'm saying? They knocked him in the head and come in the chest and all that. Just think about that. That's not talking about nothing but the low vibration of the fall of man. That's what they're talking about. And we done fell to a low vibration until we forgot ourselves. But as we get new information, I won't call it new, when we get the information that we're supposed to get and to activate certain things and we start going a different direction, right? We start thinking and learning and growing for ourselves, and we start becoming these rebels, and we these these vagabonds and these sinners and stuff. We just figuring things out for ourselves. Am I right?
You're right. I mean, because if you don't, let me get my brother Gary. Gary, you still there, bro?
I'm here. I'm just enjoying the conversation.
Yeah, I
I'm
was
just liking
trying to
the
get
fact that
brother.
we can learn. No, it's good. No, it's all good. It's just it's like Word said. It's three men that's having a conversation. There's no dispute. We just sitting here vibing and learning from each other. Whatever we got, we leaving it on the table. And whatever the people want to use, they can pick it up from the table. If it's not for you, sit down. If it is, pick it up. Pick up the pamphlet. Keep reading. Apply it to yourself and keep going.
What they say, take what resonate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's like it's really time. If we're being honest, it's just time. We're not trying to exclude anybody, but the fellas even more, they gotta stop being grown. Put your ego to the side, man. You're not grown enough to be grown. You still got growth that you need to do. But
Say that
because we
again.
men and we this and that,
I don't think they heard you in the back, man. Say that again.
we
You
ain't
ain't
grown
grown
enough to
enough
be grown.
to grow, man.
Word. No, I say this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you ain't grown. That's why your mind is a sponge. We was just talking about that not too long ago. People think that they only using 10% of their mind and all of that. Nah, you can use whatever you want to use. You just gotta use it. But when you grown and you turn the engines off and everything, you just stall. You got all your fluids in there. You got your gas, you got your transmission, you got your oil change, but you just sit in your car in the garage. You ain't gonna do nothing. What you gonna do? You gonna get carbon dioxide trying to run the car in the garage. Take that
Right,
car out and go somewhere.
right.
It's time for us to take a drive. Not if y'all want to go down memory lane and see what y'all miss, because ain't nothing new under the sun.
Only
It's just
halfway
time
through
for y'all to
forgot.
go ahead and just go on ahead and take that drive. Pick up what you need to pick up.
Yeah.
But we're too grown. I tell people all the time, so if you grown, you stunt your own growth. And there's a lot of short people that think they're tall. So hey, it ain't about being woke, it's about growing. But they ain't gonna understand the difference.
Yeah, it's time to move. It's time to shift, bro. Like for me, bro, I just had to get away. I can't. I don't do the bullshit, bro. I got shit to handle, and if people can't move past the past, then you ain't trying to create no future. You just trying to
I'm gonna
relive.
tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this word. I'm about the bullshit. I'm all about it. I don't give a fuck. I'm the joker. I'm the joker, man. I like to just go at it however it comes. I'm here for the destruction. I'm here for the end. I'm here for the apocalypse. I was born for Armageddon. I'm here for this moment, and I applaud it. Don't nobody want to do right, bro. I don't care how much you try to preach to people, how much you try to. It's not for them. It's for those that already get it. And you ain't gotta tell them nothing. They already know. It's like, okay, I got you. Yeah, I'm where you at. Yeah, it's them we worrying about. I'm good. It's these, and they are. It's like I gave up on humanity. There's no. I mean, it's like, and I'm an Aquarius. For an Aquarius to say this shit, it gotta be like the end of this age. Humanity is flawed. It's nothing left here. The only thing we can do, if we gonna make this shit better, okay, let's just make it better for the sake of we being human. We want more money. We want cars. We want houses and children. Yeah, as far as spiritual development, this shit dead. After 2000, if you wasn't on that frequency, if you wasn't born into it, if you wasn't, you ain't get it because it was watered down.
And you know what? I'm gonna have to ride off my brother Gary back, because I was at that point, where I was like, man, I'm straight. But he said something that resonated with me. The negative will always be louder than the positive.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to think that way, like, shit. I mean, I understand everything has to, for things to reset, the old things have to go away. I understand that part. But even in that process, it's like building Noah's Ark. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm not
Okay.
trying to save everybody. I'm only building this ark for the people who want to get on it. I ain't begging nobody. I'm straight. Those people, that's why I say that bullshit is a distraction, because I would go that way and stay that path, but it's people over here like, hey, shit, I'm right here, bro. I know it's hard to see me through all these other motherfuckers, but I got my hands up. So now I just got to go find the people with their hands up, and then we out. That's what I'm doing now. I mean, and I appreciate my brother, because I got to a point where I'm like, I'm straight, man. I live a good life. I got problems and complications with my eyesight and all that, but other than that, my life is great. I got a beautiful wife, got beautiful kids. I don't want for anything, you know. Um, so my life is good. I'm just trying to help people who looking for it, who trying to understand certain things. I can't make your life better. I can only give you the playbook that I use.
And for those of y'all that's in the back, right? And
What
y'all
up?
feel like
Yep.
y'all short. And if y'all feel like y'all short, please climb up on something. I don't care if it's a tree. I don't care if it's a wall. Be visible. We are here. We are here for this very reason. I get it. Everybody's in your way, but we're gonna find our way to you, or you can find your way. We're gonna meet you halfway. We ain't gonna meet you where you are. We're gonna meet halfway, so we all get to this understanding together. Because it's just time. Like this conversation is not happening out of the clear blue sky. It was ordained. It was meant for it to be. So you guys got to make yourself visible. I don't care if you think you I don't care what it is. Women, ladies too. Hey, y'all not excluded. But if y'all want to be visible, you got to make yourself visible. There's a lot of people in the way. There's walls and there's all type of things that's in your blockage. But you better get on the boat because it's about to start pouring. So y'all better get ready. The storm is coming.
Hey, let me get my butt
Yeah,
off here.
but yeah, man. Yeah, I just want to be clear that I'm not saying that. I mean, this not for the brothers up here. I'm saying this for the overall audience. Is that I'm not saying that damn humanity and everything is. I'm just looking at it from a spiritual perspective. I'm not looking at it from a secular or from a material standpoint. I'm looking at it from my spiritual eyes. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us have been, led astray. We've been taught things that, put it like this, we giving our energy to things that keep us enslaved.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, and that's what a lot of these things do, as far as what man tell you what God and religion is. And once you liberate yourself out of that and you start finding God within yourself, And that's what hermetics is about. That's what the code is about. That's what metaphysics is about. That's what that shit is about. It ain't nothing to be afraid of. It's teaching you about the alchemy of man. You know what I'm saying? What you really fucking made of. And how the zodiacs and all this shit is really inside of you. Ain't nothing outside yourself. And that's why the old Kemetic teaching is what? Man, know thyself. Don't know me, don't know word, don't know my brother up here, don't know G. Know yourself.
The funny thing is you said that most people, the people I notice that don't understand me, is because they don't understand themselves. They don't understand themselves. So it's go a lot of stuff I say is gonna go over people's head. But that's that everything I just said is gonna go over people's head. But
I don't think people had
And,
pets. I really don't think a lot of people had pets like pet fish or frogs or hamsters or shit like that. I don't think people really had pets because if you had pets, something that you had to care for outside yourself. I ain't talking about no puppy, something you need to have help with. I'm talking about something that your parents said, "This is your pet. If it dies, it's on you." You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
And this is yours. This is something. This is an extension of yourself. Just like a plant. Just like I said, I challenge anybody to do this shit. Get you a plant. If you're going to learn self love or self care, get a plant first.
Mhm.
Get that plant and care for that plant like that's you. Love it. I mean, give all that love that you got inside yourself to that plant. That you want people to give to you, get that plant. And watch how that motherfucker bloom and blossom and explode and all the colors and fiber. And guess what it's gonna make you do?
The same
Man, that's how I got my self-love therapy.
is a reflection of you. Is the energy you putting out. That's how I mean. That's why I say it's things that stimulate um the things we do on the outside stimulate what's really on the inside of us. So if you notice like you just have this natural innate desire to help people, that's because that's in you. And no matter how like bro, I don't like people at all. I'm not even joking with you. I can't help but trying to help people though. I love helping people. I love, but it's like the average person annoys the shit out of me. I get annoyed. But I can't not help. Like I have to help people, bro. And it's in me to help people. But my experiences in life, they annoy me. And I used to have this internal conflict, and then I just accepted it. Look, I just don't like people. I love them though. I just don't like them.
Yeah, I know what happened. You-
Ah,
Nah,
I
it's,
get
it's
it.
just it's that
I get
simple.
it.
It's just sometimes you planted the seed on thorny ground. You understand what I'm saying? Like it's just you plant the seed on thorny ground or cemented ground. You just gotta plant that one seed on fertile ground, and when it bears fruit, that's what's gonna keep you going, right? It's just like for the fellas, right? Like how we talk about plants and self love. Some of us got plants. We just don't call them plants. We call them children, and we ain't even taking care of what we need to take care of as far as that. And I'm just being honest. I'm not saying everybody. I'm not trying to bash dads or none of that. I'm just saying we planted seeds, right? Now the seed is growing, it's budding, it's maturing, and all of that stuff. Where we at? Are we there? Are we doing the things that we need to do to make sure that this seed fertilized into a good fruit? Are we doing any of those things? We doing this in real life. We just stop taking these seeds and just putting them all over the place. Stop just planting them into all these other different aspects. We got to understand what we're doing. We got to understand what it's for. And if we don't love ourselves, how the hell we gonna love the seeds that we're planting? I'm just asking a question.
I think Tay will call that community, community fellas. There's planting seeds everywhere. But bro, that's all facts, bro. It's like And that was a dope analogy too, because it is facts, man. You planting your seed in soils, and you don't even know the grade of the soil. And then when you do get the plant, you have the potential. Even though the soil wasn't good, you still have the potential to grow a good plant. But you have to nurture it. You have to probably take it out that bad environment and put it in a more better environment. And as a man, I think that's our responsibility too. So well, I'm gonna be on here all night talking to y'all. I gotta take my butt to sleep. My wife will get me up in like 3 hours. She
Look,
she
man,
I
I
might
get
pop
up
up.
within enough time.
I might pop up.
All right, we gonna drop down.
I might pop up
We drop
early
down. Do what you
tomorrow.
do.
I might pop up early tomorrow. After I get some stuff done in the morning with the wife. I think she off tomorrow. That's why she scheduled all that shit. But yeah. So
Yeah.
I told well, D Shep know who my boss is. Oh, Gary, I'm giving you Simple of the Year award.
Oh
You said
shit.
Whatever.
I gotta listen to it over. But you said something earlier. I was like, no, he got me beat. Oh, the whole to the housewife. The whole to the housewife. Oh, you got me beat, bro.
Don't do that. But I'll take it. Ain't no problem with that. I ain't got no problem. I told you. I told you that was gonna come. You just gonna denounce the throne. I'll take the throne. It's all right.
I thought I
All
was.
women matter, man. All women matter. Come on, Susie Q. I'm gonna save your life. We gonna
But
take them
yeah,
12
thanks,
steps
word.
though. I bet that.
Hey, word. Thanks for having me up. Hey, G. Thanks for entertaining my bullshit
No,
for a minute.
Thank you. Thank you. You don't
We
even know how
appreciate
much you added to the conversation. You really don't. We
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
appreciate
good.
but
that.
no doubt, I'll catch up back with just like I said, man. There's never no slight. I like to talk to the younger cats, man. Like I said, I'm 51 and I'm still learning. I'm learning from the younger kids, you know what I'm saying? So I'm
Oh,
always listening. Don't think, this an old head and I ain't learning from y'all. This an old dog that's still learning new tricks. I'm still making
Yes,
babies, so
sir.
go figure. Go, I'm
hey,
still making babies, so go figure. So, hey, I'm still out here, you know what I'm saying?
mm,
So, man, hey, I'm always out here pushing, for positive things for our people, especially our young people, man. So, I'm about to let you go work because I'm about ready to go sleep my damn self.
oh, for sure, bro. I appreciate you. Hey,
That's how we.
Gary,
That's how
you,
we ending the show. That's how
you,
we ending the show. Word. You highlighting Shep now. That's how we ending this. All right. Go ahead. I'll fuck with it.
hey, hey, I gotta tell Shep this too. Hey, Shep, bro, we might need Edison. We gonna be debating. We gonna have some regular debates on here. I'm not gonna be in the debate. I'm not moderating. I'm gonna be in the chat, and then after that, me and Gary go break it down. So we gonna have some topics.
Yeah.
So y'all look out for the community wall, and if y'all want to join in, just comment under the. I'm gonna put a couple topics up. I'm gonna talk to my people probably tomorrow. We will come up with some topics to the debate, and I'm gonna try to schedule the shows like at least 2 weeks in advance so we can get participants. But that's how we go do it. We gonna get BDB to moderate. We will have a topic and we'll have a structure and all that. But and then we got the 9% versus the wolf pack. I gotta get with the wolf pack to see when we can hold that down. But yeah, so this is we gonna have some fun. We'll have some fun with
Well, I eliminated myself from who loves more, men or women, because I'm a simp. So I eliminated myself.
it. I think you I want to hear you. I think you think men love harder. You said that. You said men love harder.
I know, but I'm turning hoes into housewife now. Y'all might not believe me, so I'm a fallback.
You know what, man? I turned the whole to a housewife. She was a housewife for probably about 3 months, and then she went back to her hoish ways. But I can't be.
Hey, listen, man. I listen. I'm just saying it's possible, but at the end of the day, though. But this is what happens, though. On some realness, this is what happens when you take the time to love yourself. When you love yourself and you don't hate others, you will see the opportunity in them. And then sometimes you have the disadvantage of pouring more into them than you do to yourself. But that gives you more room for you to reevaluate yourself and begin to love yourself all over again. That's just the way it goes.
And I would even say this, bro. There's levels to it, right? Because you can love yourself and then you can pour all that love into somebody else and they don't appreciate it. And then it just make you understand, like, okay, now I have to set boundaries and create standards, But it's levels to it. So I mean, you go find new ways, that could have made you love yourself a new way, So, uh, bro, you talk about, bro. I was just sitting here. You know what I was doing earlier? I be too goddamn transparent. I was watching some stuff on YouTube, right? And I'm like, damn, they getting exposed like a motherfucker, right? Like, goddamn. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, what's the worst thing somebody can come on here and say I did, right? And then I started thinking of it. And I made a comment that I said I never cheated on someone, and I didn't. But what I did do, I had this house, right? I tell y'all too goddamn much. But anyway, I ain't embarrassed about none of this shit. But anyway, so I was buying this house, right? And the reason I bought the house because it was this chick I was dealing with, and she was renting the house, but the landlord wasn't paying the mortgage, so she got evicted, and she ain't had nowhere to go. So I'm like, and at the time, I was living with my mom trying to buy a house. So I said, I bought a house on a land contract, moved her, her daughter, her brother, and her sister because her mother died and she was taking care of her little brother and her sister. Her sister was like old enough to move out. Anyway, so shit went wild. We broke up, but she had nowhere to go. So I told her, I said, well, you can still stay here. I ain't about to put nobody out with she got a daughter and a brother that's young. Like they in middle, her brother wasn't even in middle school yet. He was about to go to middle school. But I'm like, I ain't about to just put them on the street. So I let them stay there. And I started messing around with this other girl. And she was supposed to move out. Like I gave her a month. She was there for like 2 months. So she was living in my house, but we wasn't together. And she was like, you cheating on me. I'm like, how the hell am I cheating on you and we ain't together? And she was like, because we live together. I'm like, well, get the fuck out. But I mean, that's the worst thing somebody probably can say I did to him, or actually say I cheated on him when I didn't. Like we ain't. I'm just letting you stay here because your ass ain't got nowhere else to go. So nah, I'm not cheating on you. I'm not with you. We ain't sleeping together. We ain't even sleeping in the same room. So it's like I don't know, man. But I was just thinking about that. Hey, I
Yo,
talked to him.
Chef, I'm glad you back, Chef. I'm glad you back. You got some jokes on you, boy. Ooh-wee.
But you know why I say that put me in scent mode? Because it got so bad where I ended up leaving. And I was like, we can't stay in the same house. I had somewhere to go, she didn't. So I left. She called me like a week later, like I moved out. I go back to the house, she fucked that bitch up, bro. Basement
Wow.
flooded. She left the water on in the basement flooded. My couches, everything ripped up. Everything just fucked up. Holes in the wall, writing on the wall. I'm like, God damn. And I all that happened because I had a heart and I allowed you to stay instead of putting your ass out. I should have been like, fuck you and your kids. But I didn't. I'm not like that. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't do
Ooh. Bless your heart, but I ain't doing that. I'm sorry.
it. And then I got
Nope.
screwed over by the girl I was messing with after her. Like, man, I had probably about
So you lost twice.
bro, like it was like I went into something
Yeah.
bad and got into something worse. Like
You sympathy. Yeah, don't worry about it. You got me beat. You done lost twice. You done
the
lost
whole entire
financially, and you lost the. Yeah, you done lost everything. You win.
what what
Put your
did,
crown on. You won.
what did my cousin say? He was like, "Damn, you got that already made family." Like
Yeah.
he was like, "You ain't even experienced the babies. Like, how old is their kid? Like 7, 8." Like, damn, you should at least got one that was like they wouldn't have knew you wasn't a daddy. At least if you would have got somebody.
They could have
I'm
thought
like,
about
bro,
it.
what? He was like, look, man, if you go date a girl, like make sure the kid don't even know you ain't the daddy. And you have a good I'm like, bro, shut up. Like my cousins, bro. They go in. My whole family, bro. Like when people be like roasting and stuff, I'm like, y'all don't know what roasting is, bro. They will go in on your ass, and it ain't no curse word or no. They will make you. They will get to your soul, and it be shit you did. So you can't get mad like you did the shit.
They'll find a way. People find ways to be mad about their own truths. It's just the way it is.
I remember when that little girl, I told her to go do her homework, and she was like, "No, I want." It was like after Christmas, and look, like I said, look, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was a saint. I did a lot of petty. I am like when I say I'm the god of pettiness, I'm the god, bro. I bought her an easy bake oven for Christmas, and she told me she ain't doing her homework, and I can't tell her what to do because I ain't her daddy. And she went in there and tried to bake some muffins or some shit. Man, I took that shit and threw that shit right in the middle of the street. It's like, you're right. So everything I bought her, I threw that shit away. Go tell your daddy to buy it. Her mama was mad as hell. Fuck you, go tell. I just spent all this money on you. All I asked you to do your goddamn homework. You go tell me I ain't your daddy. You right. So all the shit that I was buying you playing daddy, I'm taking that shit and throwing it away. Fuck that. But
yeah, you may get off here because D Shepard's having a good time right now.
Yeah, let me get off. I'm talking too much now. Y'all know I'm sleepy.
Yeah, you don't want to sleep, man. Yo, chat, we thank y'all for showing up. We thank y'all for listening to the conversation. Hit that like button on your way out. I'm signing off. Word right behind me. I'm out.
Hey, Shep, you already know, bro. Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man. We almost there. I'm almost monetized again. I think I got like less than 300 hours, so we inching up. And once I do that, we go change the landscape a little bit, but it ain't gonna change too much for the regulars, you know. So that's what we gonna do. So I appreciate y'all. But I ain't gonna hit the outro, but y'all know what I always say: care about how you feel. These the conversations that build nations. And if I say anything that resonate with you, do me a favor, hit that share button. Tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until tomorrow, we out.